Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the Davis Ford pregame show. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, Bronson Payne up here in the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth for tonight's matchup between your ICC Indians and Coahoma Tigers here in Clarksdale on the road with the Indians. And different kickoff time. We normally kick off 6:30 at home, but Mr. Jim, Indians, losers of two straight, trying to break that skid tonight against a very tough Coahoma squad.
No doubt about that. On the road's always tough, playing community college football on the road, and we're in a tough place tonight in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and playing Coahoma. And Adam, last week, we had some signs defensively. We played well at times. We just weren't consistent enough. And Coach Cannon would tell you that. But we saw some progress offensively. We scored, 26, 27 points.
Mm-hmm.
Clark Mills came in and played very well, I thought. We left some points on the board on the table we didn't put on the board, but we showed some consistency offensively. Need to show that tonight again and play well defensively.
Absolutely. You talk about that. The Indians had probably their best offensive performance of the year so far last week against East Mississippi, despite the loss. Nearly 500 yards of total offense. Both running backs going over 100 yards. So, Jim, that's a very important note tonight. If the Indians can get that ground game going, could really help take the pressure off of Clark Mills.
No, it's got to be a balanced attack. And like you said, what a great statement to make. East Mississippi, the number one team in the nation, and we've got two running backs going over 100 yards, and Clark Mills throws for, 300 yards?
Just about.
So it was a great offensive performance, a closer game than the score indicated. Defense, as I said, played well at times. I know Coach Cannon and his staff want to see consistency tonight from the defensive side of the ball.
Now, when we talk about this Coahoma squad, this is not your typical Coahoma squad that people in North Mississippi are used to seeing or hearing about. A vastly improved Coahoma squad. Got some guys from Michigan State, some out-of-staters that have come in and really made a difference in this program, not to mention the job head coach Stephen Miller is doing out here at Coahoma as well. Really starting to place some of that groundwork to bigger and better things to come in the future.
No doubt about it. We're looking at the field. A beautiful night tonight. Of course, it's been 95 degrees here in September. Eventually we'll get to the fall weather. Beautiful field. Nice night for football. Going to have a good crowd here tonight. We appreciate you listening and watching us on TV tonight. Let's pull the Indians through.
Absolutely. We're going to take another break, hear a few more words from our sponsors as we're about 24 minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kick here in Clarksdale. So we'll be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let's Go ICCTV.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show. We're here with head coach Sean Cannon. Coach, before we get into this week very much, let's talk a little bit about how your guys performed last week, especially in that first quarter that you had mentioned had kind of haunted you earlier in the year.
Yeah, we came out a little bit better, but you play a good football team, you can't beat yourself, and get down inside the red zone 3 times, and come away with 6 points, and then give up the fumble the kickoff right there for the half, and just puts us in a hole. Just continue to make mistakes that we don't need to make against a really quality opponent last week, and but proud of the kids, the way they fought, and East Mississippi is a good football team, and we've got to rebound this week and get ready to play a tough Coahoma team, and always a tough place to play, and I hope our team is hungry for a win like we are as coaches.
Now, we did go to Coahoma last year. Hopefully the lights will stay on the full 4 quarters this year. But they're an 0-3 team, but they are coming off a tight game against Northeast where they lost by 2. Just talk about what kind of challenges they are, because they're definitely 0-3 on paper, but they're not a 0-3 talent team.
Yeah, they played Jones, Gulf Coast, two ranked teams in the nation there, back-to-back opening weeks, and then, took Northeast to the wire. Always a dangerous team. They do a lot offensively to make you have to work a lot in practice on different personnel groupings and formations and things. And then, defensively, they lost some really talented players last year. They probably had the best 2 linebackers in the country there playing for them last year. So the challenges are just going on the road again, and then the atmosphere. We got to learn to go on the road and play away from our home crowd, and so that's always going to be a challenge. And then but they're a good football team. They always have been. Sometimes luck don't run on their side a lot of times, but very talented. And if we don't get ready to play, just like last year, our first drive of the game, they come down and scored and made it a ball game early. But the tempo they play with is try to keep the ball out of the offense's hands. So we got to make some stops on defense, and we get the ball, we got to be able to score and and make plays in the kicking game. Now,
looking at stats, I know stats don't tell you everything, but their quarterback is one of the top 20 in the nation in passing attempts and completions. Just talk a little about how their offensive scheme is and what your defense is doing to prepare for that.
Yeah, they play with a fullback a lot, which is something you don't really see in this league anymore. And a couple tight end sets they run, and then they'll get into 4 receiver sets and spread the ball around. They got, I think, 5 transfers from Michigan State on their football team. I know one's a wide receiver and, out-of-state quarterback, and they're in the deal where they've got 10 out-of-staters, and they've got them spread pretty much at every position. And running backs run hard. The O-line is big as always, and, we got to be able to take some advantage of some things that hopefully we'll do a little bit better than they do, on the game field. And then, quarterback's a really good player. He throws it up and they come down with it most of the time. So we've got to be able to take the deep ball, and I'm sure they'll try to come out and test us early. Just like what they probably saw on film last week. So we got to be ready for that part of their offense.
All right. Well, talk about your keys to victory brought to you by Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Well, not much has changed from the last 3 weeks. Still got to continue to hold on to football, which we've done a better job of that. We've turned the ball over in some situations. Maybe it really didn't hurt us as much, but you can't turn it over and expect to win. We got to go down there and start fast. That's one thing I've challenged the kids all week about. Starting this game tonight fast, be ready to take it. If we get the ball, be ready to take it in and score, and let's put the pressure on them. And then we can't have breakdowns in the kicking game. We've got to win that part tonight against these guys. We worked hard on it this week, and hopefully the attention to detail the kids have put into it will show up on the game field tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck to you and you guys tonight, and we'll be back with more of the Davis Ford pregame show here on Let's Go ICC TV and ESPN Mississippi The Fan 95.1.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
ICC is hosting its second annual Community Tailgate Contest on Thursday, September 27th, before the start of the Indians football game against Northeast. The contest will take place on the Davis Event Center lawn from 4:30 to 6 and is open to anyone with ICC spirit, businesses, alumni, families, community groups, organizations, and student groups. It's free to enter and registration is currently open. For more information or to get a registration form, visit the ICC Spotlight on the letsgoicc.com homepage.
Ever since you got that license, you've been on the move. We get it. With Student Checking, we have the tools to keep you going. Take care of that check from grandma without stopping at the bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And we'll even pay you back for ATM fees. So keep on going, and we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Now we're talking with Ryan Todd. Ryan, a big event coming up for the band, the Tomahawk Marching Band Championship. First one ever, or maybe the first one in a long time we've had here at the college. Just talk about this event.
Well, it is, to my knowledge, it's the first time we've ever hosted a marching band contest. Whether it be, done in a different format or not, I think this is from my research, this is the first time we've done this. It will be formatted like our high school MHSAA State Marching Band Championship, which is actually happening for a lot of schools a week later, and then the others 2 weeks later. But we're formatting it the same way as that, and we're really excited about it. We've already got, we're still a month away from our deadline for registration. We've already got 10 bands signed up for it.
Well, Ron, if anybody's out there interested in registering their band, how would they go about doing that?
They can go to our website, the band ICC band website. There's a PDF on there that says Tomahawk registration form. They simply need to fill that out, and there's a $250 registration fee that you send in with it. But we would be glad to hopefully take anybody that decides they want to come. And again, it's set up in such a way as to be a precursor to our marching band championships.
All right, and for fans that just want to come watch it, is that open to the public? And
it is open to the public. We have not set the admission price just yet, but it is open to the public. We also have not set our time, our starting time. We're going to base that on the number of bands that show up. We're going to work back from there because we want to be able to host all that would like to come. So we're going to kind of play it by ear this first year to kind of get a good feel for it. But it will be an all-day event. It'll probably be at least 11 to noon starting. And then hopefully the ICC band will be marching exhibition, hopefully no later than 7 is what we would like to do. But there's still some things that we're ironing out, but the date is set, the time is set, the judges have all been hired, and we're really excited about the event.
All right, if you could give us that date one more time, and that way fans can be marking on their calendar.
That date is October 20, and you can, if you're interested in it, like I said, it'll be an all-day event with hopefully anywhere from 18 to 22 bands.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with the Davis Ford pregame show. We're about 13 and a half minutes away from the First American National Bank opening kick. Well, you just heard during that Little Caesars interview with Coach Sean Cannon his keys to victory. Now we got to talk about Mr. Jim's keys to victory. And as always, Mr. Jim's keys to victory being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona, John Harrod & Company, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on ESPN 95.1 The Fan, as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. Mr. Jim, what's it going to take for the Indians to come away with a victory tonight?
Adam, we're playing in a tough place on the road, as you mentioned, 1 and 2, and we've talked about this at length. Our first 3 games we have had played, started slowly in all 3 games, got behind by 2 touchdowns in all 3 games. Let's get a start tonight. Let's get a positive start. start out fresh, no turnovers, control the kicking game, and get the lead, take control of the ball game.
That's some of the keys to victory through the eyes of Mr. Jim Ingram, brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. Visit bankofokolona.com and all their outlets there in Chickasaw and Calhoun County. Proud to sponsor ICC Athletics here on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let'sGoICCTV.com. Before we get to the Coca-Cola starting lineup tonight for your ICC Indians, Mr. Jim, a big event Tuesday night for the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association had their annual donor dinner. Tell us a little bit about that.
Adam, thank you for asking. We had a great time. We had around 125 people that came, and it's a celebration. What we do is our donors that are very faithful and giving to the college, that give money to our foundation scholarships. They came, they sat with the students that received the scholarships. The students were there. We had a great meal. We gave the donors some gifts. We had a great time, had a great music, had some speakers. But it's a time to celebrate. It's a time to thank the donors that give so much to our college. We had 125 people there. Great attendance by the students, great attendance by the donors, and we look forward to doing it again next year. It's a fun time.
Absolutely. And you can find out more about the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association by visiting iccms.edu. You can also check the bottom of letsgoicc.com for more information on that. When we come back, we're going to take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups for your ICC Indians, as we're about 11 and a half minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kick right here on Let's Go ICC TV and the all-new ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
$2.99 for a Car Hop Classic. What a steal.
Steal? That's a heist. Put this on.
Oh, disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this. It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today. Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers, layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seed.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkey's for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
Carter Mills, quarterback, Acre, Mississippi. Deshaun Dinkins, running back, Warner Robins, Georgia.
Mel Thomas, wide receiver, Colorado, Mississippi.
Austin Watkins, wide receiver, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Kavaris Brown, wide receiver, Grenada, Mississippi.
Jalen Gill, wide receiver, Olive Branch, Mississippi. Will James, right tackle, Columbus, Mississippi. Cameron Orr, right tackle, Golden, Mississippi.
Devontae Willis, offensive line, Aberdeen, Mississippi.
Larry Pellison, offensive guard, Florida, Mississippi.
Shed Ross, center, Grenada, Mississippi.
Thomas Cox, long snapper, Fulton, Mississippi.
Hayden Franklin, punter, Pontotoc, Mississippi. Kale Comer, kicker, Cowdoin, Mississippi.
Johnny Langford, defensive end, Montgomery, Alabama.
Rico Pickens, defensive tackles, Memphis, Tennessee.
Michael Harrison, defensive tackle, Hamilton, Mississippi.
Dalton Combs, linebacker, Nelson, Mississippi.
Atard Moore, linebacker, Kansas City, Mississippi.
Kamar Robinson, linebacker, Macon, Mississippi.
Taker Ruthers, linebacker, Aberdeen, Mississippi. Tyrese Quinn, cornerback, Kansas City, Mississippi.
Cortez Davis, defensive back, DeKalb County, Georgia.
Chris Shannon, cornerback, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Kenneth Martin, defensive back, Columbia, Mississippi.
Best pizza, New York style.
No way. Chicago deep dish.
Nah.
White pie.
Half veggies, half meat.
Just cheese. No. Pepperoni.
Extra crunchy.
Chewy.
Has to be gluten-free.
Top it with arugula.
No, basil.
Eggplant. Dude, really?
That's not pizza, come on.
Pizza. And a Coke.
You got that right. 2 Cokes, please.
My pizza goes best with a Coke.
An ice cold Coke.
Only with a Coke.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
When I was looking for a college back in the day, you know, I'm from Amory, Mississippi, just 30 minutes down the road, and I'm a homebody, and I had to commute, and I said, I need to go to a college that's not too far from home. And I heard of ICC. And once I stepped on campus, I knew this is the junior college I need to be at. I didn't think of another college. I said, this is it. When I stepped on campus, the atmosphere, it just was drawn to me, and I felt like this is where I belong. I belong here at Itawamba Community College because at that moment, I knew this is the best junior college on the planet. This is where I need to be. This is where I was planted. And that's why I am what I am today, because of Itawamba Community College.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Just had the national anthem played here in Clarksdale, so we're about 5 minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kick. We've already heard Mr. Jim's keys to victory, brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. And Jim, we saw the Coca-Cola starting lineups as well. We've already talked about John Harrod and guys like Buddy Along. Big parts of our, not only the broadcast here, but also the college at Itawamba.
No doubt about it. These are friends of the college. They participate in a lot of activities. They support our programs. They mean a lot to us. And, of course, we just mentioned, too, then, there's a lot more, and we appreciate what they do, not only for ICC, but for the community as a whole.
Absolutely. We also want to say a special thank you to our friends at ESPN 95.1 The Fan, your brand new home for ICC athletics, football, basketball, baseball, softball planned on coming your way this season. And Jim, this is the only 24/7 sports channel in Northeast Mississippi, if not all of maybe North Mississippi as well. And this has been a growing and great partnership for the college.
Well, everybody loves sports, and of course in Northeast Mississippi, we appreciate 95.1 partner with ICC. We look for great things down the road.
Absolutely. They have a great morning lineup. If you guys want to tune in for that, you got Coach Sean Holliday at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then it goes to national programming. They pick up Matt Wyatt, his talk show, and then Coach and Sam have a talk show that a lot of times we're able to be a part of as well. So, yeah, you want to be sure and check that out. If you're ever away from your computer and want to listen in on their programming, you can tune in to ESPNMISS.com. That's ESPNMISS.com. You can also follow them on Twitter at ESPN 95.1 The Fan. That's all one word right there. ESPN 95.1 The Fan. You can also follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Well, we have kind of an awkward pregame here. It's not really the teams are lining up on the field. We're still about 3 minutes out from that First American National Bank opening kick here in Clarksdale. So It's almost like it's taking longer than it should to get this game started, Jim.
We had the national anthem. It looks like the band's going to play another song, or either they're going to have the team run through and they're going to play the fight songs they run through.
Absolutely. As we're waiting this coin toss here between ICC and Coahoma. Coahoma in the maroon tops, white pants. ICC in the white shirts, red pants, as you see them across the way, as we await this opening coin toss here. Jim, as we said, about 2.5 minutes away from the First American National Bank opening kick here. Any final thoughts before we kick this thing off?
Adam, I think it's very important. We've talked about we've been competitive in all 3 games, but in all 3 games we've fallen behind by a minimum of 2 touchdowns early in the game. Start out strong, get a fast start tonight, and let's see what happens.
Absolutely, and that's kind of another leg of Mr. Jim's Keys to Victory being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. Visit bankofokolona.com for more information. John Harrod and all the fine folks there at the Bank of Okolona, Bank of Manatee, and I think the Calhoun Banking and Chickasaw Banking as well. So, I missed who won that? I heard him say.
I missed it too.
Yeah. So ICC won the toss, and we elect to receive. So Bronson Payne earning his keep over there.
Attaboy, Bronson. Pay attention since the 2 announcers are not paying attention.
And you see the ICC football team taking the field. Coahoma going to take the field as well. The Coahoma band blaring down there in front of us. So we may end up having to possibly close these windows. And we're going to try to keep some Nat sound for you guys there. We're going to take one more quick break, hear a few words from our sponsors, and come back with that First American National Bank opening kickoff here on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let's Go ICCTV.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for this First American National Bank opening kickoff between ICC and Coahoma. ICC won the toss, wants to put the offense on the field first. And Jim, that's going to be key here. As you said, if the Indians can find a way to get a positive start to the contest, could be big here. For ICC, they're actually kind of shallow. The return man is at the 15-yard line, as that's going to be number 17, Slavante Oliver, back to return this First American National Bank opening kick here. And it looks like, is this number 45 kicking off for Coahoma? Yes, it is. And, boy, he is a big one, as that's Deviton Butler, the fullback out of Cleveland, set to put a foot into this First American National Bank kickoff. And we're on the way. The kick is going to be fielded at the 11-yard line by Oliver. Oliver right up the middle, slips off a tackle, now trying to break to the outside. Stiff arms out to about the 45, breaks off another tackle.
Gosh.
And here we go. Here's a chance to take this one to the house. No, he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Well, Jim, we said the Indians need a good start to the contest. And how about a return from the 11 all the way down to the other 20-yard line? That was a good start.
No, and Oliver, the freshman, that's the first time, I believe, Adam, that he's been deep on the kickoffs this year.
I believe you're correct.
So they put him back there. He broke about 4 or 5 tackles. I think he'll stay back there now as we move forward. What a great return. 1st and 10, Indians the ball. It's at the 20-yard line of the Tigers.
Absolutely. So it'll be 1st down and 10 to go here for the Indians. His first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. And the Indians have motion in the backfield. And just a tough break there. And so false start on the Indians. So that's going to back the Indians up 5 yards. So it'll be a 1st down and 15 situation here. Jim, interesting. The Indians come out with no quarterback. It was a direct snap that time to Quay Tucker in the backfield. So a little wrinkle in the offense that we have not seen this season out of the Indians. But now Clark Mills will come in at your quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Does have a tight end in the mix, so 2 receivers near side. Give is going to be, it's a play action, and it's going to be caught and drugged down out of bounds. Looks like they got the penalty yardage back +1. A 6-yard pass completion that time by the Indians as it was hauled in by Brown.
Good first down play. Picked up, as you mentioned, Adam, the 6 yards. We had 5-yard penalty, got 6 yards there. Second down, 2nd and 9. Indians. We just started the game, 14-25, first quarter, ICC 0, Coahoma 0.
Yeah, this field position set up by a great return by the Indians to start the contest on that First American National Bank opening kickoff. And it looks like this might be a free play. The Indians going to go to the corner of the end zone. Jump ball is batted down, and there is a flag down, a late flag coming flying in. The flag's down about the 5-yard line. So we'll see what the flag is going to be in this situation here.
Adam, I believe both penalties are against Coahoma.
Is there a second flag down?
Yeah, there's a pass interference and offsides, I believe.
So we'll see what the call is going to be in this situation here.
We'll take the pass interference.
As
Offside, 12 on the defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 16 of the defense. 15-yard automatic first down.
And that was the case. Good eye there, Mr. Jim, as it was offsides on the Tigers, and then the pass interference call is going to be a 15-yard mark-off. So now it's going to be 1st and goal here for the Indians. And, Jim, we said we needed to get a good start to the contest. ICC knocking on the door with a 1st and goal from the 5.
Let's take advantage of this field position. What a great return, again, by Oliver to start this ball game.
So now the Indians with it. Mills, your quarterback, out of the shotgun. He's going to follow his blocker, tries to get to the outside. Clark Mills is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Indians.
Good start, Adam. That's what we needed.
That was a 5-yard touchdown run that time by Mills, and the Indians get on the board on their opening drive. And, Jim, that was a big one there.
59 seconds, Adam. That great return on the kickoff of roughly, 60 yards. We took advantage. Now kicking the extra point, hopefully going up 7-0.
So this will be the extra point coming up here. This is Caleb Comer. And to attempt this extra point, 6-0. ICC with the lead. The kick is up, it's low, and the kick is good. So ICC adds the extra point. They lead it 7-0. Let's take a quick timeout and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and 95.1 ESPN The Fan.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action as one of Mr. Jim's Bank of Okolona keys to victory. The Indians needed to get a good start, and they did that there thanks to a big-time return of about 62 yards by Slavante Oliver, and then a pass interference penalty on Coahoma, and it was Clark Mills who took it in for 5 yards out for the touchdown, and ICC leads at 7-0. Jim, as we said, good start for the Indians.
We needed a good start, Adam. It only took 59 seconds. We've still got a long time in the first quarter, but hey, it's fun to say ICC 7, Coahoma 0 early in the first quarter.
We got another First American National Bank kickoff coming here. And ICC is going to tee this one off. It's actually going to kind of pop it up here. It's going to be taken at the 25-yard line by the Tigers. Trying to get to the outside. Now looking to seal the corner. And there's a nice open field tackle by the Indians. That was number 41, DeQuavion Moore, coming in and making the stop.
There's a flag, Adam. I believe the Indians are offsides on the kickoff. Do they take 5 yards from the line of scrimmage or make us kick again?
I think they might tack it on there at the end. We'll see. Yep. So after a minimum return, then the offsides penalty on the Indians will tack on 5 more yards. Going to turn it into a pretty good return that time. Look, it was designed to be a short kick. So now it's going to be first down and 10 here for the Tigers. The ball appears to be at the, well, now they're actually moving the chain, so they're going to mark off the penalty here. And so that's going to be at the 33-yard line. Or actually, Coahoma is going to elect to have ICC re-kick here. So it looks like they had the option of tacking only 5 extra yards or force ICC to re-kick. And now, Jim, you obviously tell Caleb Comer to put a full foot into this one because that was kind of one of those pop-up kicks, maybe thinking to see if they couldn't get Coahoma to call for that fair catch, but they did not. So we'll see if the gamble pays off here for the Tigers.
You know, it's almost like he only took 2 steps and hit that little blooper, like you said, trying to get him to call a fair catch.
And so we'll have basically a redo here on this First American National Bank kickoff as they move it back to the 30-yard line now. I was going to say, if they don't move that front line up, if I'm ICC, I'd attempt the onside kick because they were still standing closer to the 50 than they were the 40, but they did shift them up now. And so now ICC will be set for this First American National Bank kickoff once again here. They lead it 7-0 after a 5-yard touchdown run from Clark Mills. And this will be Caleb Comer who added the PAT to step into this kickoff. Comer's kick is going to be a line drive kick, and it's going to be deep this time, and it's going to hit, and it is going to be picked up at the 1-yard line. And then he takes a knee. Is that a touchback or is that a safety?
Touchback.
I don't know if he didn't touch that one in and then take it back into the end zone,
close.
Jim.
I don't know if they called momentum, taking them in the end zone, but let's say this. The referee helped out the returner a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to say, it looked like he touched the ball at the 1 and then stepped into the end zone. So, but the official had a better point of view than we did. And, Jim, the accepting the penalty did not pay off that time for the Tigers.
They lost, I believe, about 8 yards accepting that penalty. Time to play defense, Adam. The outstanding quarterback, Myron Norfleet, the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, is the quarterback for the Tigers, Coahoma.
They do have 2 receivers on the far side of the field. They do have a tight end tucked in back and one here at the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand off in the backfield. Long running back in the backfield has a pickup across the 30, and he's still on his feet, going to be down to about the 32-yard line. So a good pickup there on first downs and to bring up a second down and about a long 3 situation now here for the Tigers.
Adam, we're early in the first quarter. 13 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Coahoma 0.
So a very solid pickup there on that first down, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. And so now it's going to bring up a second down. Let's call it second down and 4. They actually spot the ball at the 31 instead of the 32. So second down and 4 here for the Tigers. They trail 7-0 here early in the first quarter to the Indians. Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers here on the bottom of your screen. Once again, a handoff. And it's going to be to the long running back in the backfield. And he's going to have enough for that first down as he gets the ball out to the 39-yard line. Jim, it's very difficult to pick up these numbers on the back of these maroon jerseys. But 2 running plays, 2 solid pickups there for the Tigers.
Good blocking up front. Give the Tigers credit. They're staying at their game plan, even though we scored very early in this ball game. 1st and 10, Coahoma at their own 39-yard line, down 7-0. ICC 7, Coahoma 0, 12:35 left in the first quarter.
That time update being brought to you by the ICC India delegation, reminding you it's time to set up your appointment to come by and tour ICC. Visit iccms.edu for that information there. Quick out pass to the flats was good for a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play. So it's going to bring up a second down and 6 situation here for the Tigers as they move the ball to about the 43-yard line.
That was Norfleet, and he hit Legend Moore, the freshman wide receiver from Liberty City, Florida. Positive game there, Adam, as you mentioned. Second down, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers.
So they will go to the huddle. You don't see a huddle very often anymore in college football, so it's very, I hate to say unique to see it, but yeah, it's almost a lost art in the game of football. So it will be a second down and 6 situation inside 12 minutes of play now here in the first quarter. ICC leading 7-0. Give is going to be to the running back in the backfield. He's hit, stacked up, and will be dropped for a loss. Big time play there by the Indians.
Good job by our defensive line. As you mentioned, Adam, they lost yardage. I believe that was Jordan Willis, the freshman running back from Mendenhall, that, as you mentioned, lost a yard. 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Tigers, ICC 7, Coahoma 0, 11:20 clock running first quarter.
Yeah, big time stop there. That's a Sonic tackle for a loss. Remind you, they have the Car Hop Classic going on right now at the Sonic in Fulton. You can get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger and a medium tot for $2.99. I've had that for supper a couple times this month. So here we go, 3rd down and long. Possession down here for the Tigers. Pressure coming. Quarterback's going to decide to tuck and run, try to get upfield. He does have the first down and then some as he's going to get out of bounds. And there's a flag down on the sideline. Did not see anything that was malicious out there at all.
Adam, it might be a personal foul, unfortunately, against us. They had a wide receiver blocking our defensive back, and it got a little testy, and I'm not sure who they called it on.
Yeah. What? They call a late hit out of bounds.
I didn't see it out of bounds.
I did not see that at all.
I saw the wide receiver and defensive back tangled up. I think that's what he's calling.
There was no way there was a hit out of bounds at all, unless he bumped into one of the ball boys on the sideline. Well, a little home cooking already going on here in the Delta. As if that was a late hit out of bounds, then everybody clear out of the stadium. You're going to be flagged every time. So now the ball is going to be moved inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. And so Coahoma, with some help of the officials, moving the ball now deep in the territory. They did have the first down, but my, oh my, what a gift there on that late hit call. Give is going to be to the running back in the backfield. He nearly fumbles the football, and it's going to be hit and stacked up, and be careful as the ball is going to be stopped at about the 24-yard line. Jim, right now the battle is being won up front by the offensive line of Coahoma. They've been able to pick up some chunks on the ground.
No doubt, Cortez Davis might have saved the big gainer. They still got 5 yards, Adams, you mentioned. They're at our 24, second down, 2nd and 5. We're early in the first quarter, 10:20 left. First quarter, Coahoma driving, ICC 7, Coahoma 0.
Yeah, take away 1 tackle for a loss, and Coahoma right now probably averaging 5 to 6 yards a carry right now against the Indians defensively. Second down and 6 as we approach the 10-minute mark here in the first quarter. ICC with a 7-0 lead. Once again, they'll give to the wrong running back in the backfield, and he's going to knife inside the 15-yard line. And another big-time pickup there as the ball gets down to about the 13-yard line. We're going to be 1st and 10 here for the Tigers.
Jalen Jones, the sophomore from Bay Springs, running hard behind that big offensive line, Adam. They're moving down the field. We got to come up with a stop.
Yeah, and Coahoma is moving it with ease right now as well. You know, they were highly touted about how they like to throw the ball around the football field. Well, right now they're getting it done on the ground. 9:40 to play here. 7-0 ICC with the lead, but Coahoma threatening. They go 2 receivers on the far side of the field. They do have a tight end in the set here. Quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff once again. This time the Indians are in the backfield, and they're going to get him for a loss. Big-time play there for the Indians to get that tackle for loss.
Loss of 2, Adam. Second down, 2nd and 12 for the Tigers. 9:15 left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Coahoma 0, but Coahoma's on our 16-yard line.
So ICC's defense, they've done it all year, Jim. They have been but not broken. And I tell you what, the Indians defense have got their back against the wall here. As that big-time tackle for a loss. So it's actually going to be a loss of about 13, or excuse me, 2nd down and 13, so a loss of about 3 on the play. Inside 9 minutes now, ICC with a 7-0 lead. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here down below. And the give is going to be, quarterback keeper. There is a flag down coming in late, and the quarterback's going to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. But let's see if this play will stand here. If it does, it's good for a 16-yard touchdown run, but there is a flag in the area of holding, so we'll see what this call is going to be. The officials talking it over here. And still talking it over. Now let's go to the field and see what they say here. So a big-time penalty there, Jim. We saw it hurt Coahoma on the defensive side of the ball, and this time hurting them on the offensive side of the ball. There was actually 2 fouls on the play, holding, which was declined, and then a chop block penalty, which is a 15-yard penalty. So now it's going to be a second down and 28 for the first down. It's just going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. Big-time break there for the Indians.
Good break for the Indians because the quarterback scored on the run, Adam. But, hey, penalty, we'll take it.
So 2nd down and 28, 8:37 to play here in the first quarter. ICC leading 7-0. Screen pass set up beautifully, and he's going to use the stiff arm to get up the field, and he's still on his feet and going to try to hop over the defender. Got a chunk of the yardage back. Jim, let's give credit where credit's due. ICC bringing the pressure. Knew it was a passing situation, but a great screen call that time. Positive pickup, but still got a long way to go for that first down.
Got to the 18, Adam. It's now 3rd down, 3rd and 15. For the Tigers. The ball's on the 18 of the Indians.
Let's credit Keyshawn Parker. I'll get it right here in a second. Keyshawn came up, fought off a couple of those blockers, didn't make the tackle, but held up the running back long enough for his teammates to be able to come in there and get him after only about a gain of 10 on the play. So it'll be a 3rd down and 18. 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Clock is moving quickly here in Clarksdale. 3 receivers on the far side of the football. There is a tight end here on the near side. Quarterback wanting to roll out. Throws it in the flat. It is complete. And a nice open field tackle that time by the Indians, stopping him for a minimal gain of about 2 on the play, as that looks like that was number 18, Cortez Davis, coming up and making the nice open field tackle.
4th down, Adam. 4th and 13 for Coahoma, and looks like they're going for it.
Well, they are sending in number 10, Legend Moore. Okay, now they are sending the quarterback back out. That is Myron Norfleet. I just wanted a reason to say Legend Moore. That might be the name of the year.
Liberty City, Florida. He's already got a catch tonight.
So 4th down and 12. Play clock is down to 8 seconds. Coahoma going to have to hurry, making some switches. 3 receivers on the far side of the field. 2 seconds, they just get the snap off. Pressure coming, pass over the middle. Wide open for the touchdown. The Indians, just a little bit of a miscue on that play there, Jim. 16-yard touchdown pass for the Tigers.
Flooded the zone, Adam, with 2 guys. Hit the big tight end in the middle. Touchdown, Tigers.
So the Tigers do a good job going for it there on 4th down. And they convert. Not only do they convert, they turn it into a touchdown as well. And, yeah, we're going to have to close this window as the Coahoma band is right here in front of us. And it looks like Coahoma's going to line up and try to go for 2 in this situation, but a timeout has been taken somewhere. And ICC is going to take the timeout. We'll keep it here, Jim, and let's just talk about that drive for Coahoma. It looked to be doomed at one point. They were able to come back and convert on 4th down to pick up that big 16-yard touchdown pass. And now they're either a 2-point conversion away from tying it up, or taking the lead, or they may come back out and try to kick it after this.
Adam, you got to give credit where credit's due. They scored a touchdown, had a big penalty of 2nd and 28.
Yep.
They got back to 4th and 12, did not kick the field goal through a touchdown pass to the end zone. Give the Tigers credit for staying with the game plan.
Yeah, and that time they, as you said, just kind of flooded that one area, and the Indians just could not adjust after the wide receiver broke on that slant route back towards the inside, and that was resulted in that 16-yard touchdown pass. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize if you're looking for that gnat sound, and sometimes occasionally we'll see a glare on your screen. We're having to shoot through the windows here at Clarksdale with the band right here in front of us. So the Tigers are going to come out, and they're going to go for 2 in this situation. Surveying the defense, ICC leading at 7-6 with 7:01 to play. Quarterback's going to roll out, has time to throw. Got some pressure now, is going to tuck it and try to get it in. No, he does not. The Indians make the stop on the 2-point conversion. That looks like that was number 23, Nick Smith, along with, who was that, number 44, Parker, also coming in to make the play there. Your score remains 7-6, ICC. Let's take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors. We'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
Did you know your child's eyes can be checked as young as 6 months of age? They do not have to know their letters or even be able to talk in order to receive a comprehensive eye exam. Your eye doctor can tell you many things just by looking at them. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide proper diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your eye appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Your score, 7-6 after a failed 2-point conversion by Coahoma. And ICC will be set for this First American National Bank kickoff. And looks like they have a different return man back this time. This may be number 7. No, it's still Oliver. Oliver is still back to return. I was going to say, Oliver had a big-time return last time of about 62 yards. Would love to see that again here out of Oliver, but that's being a little bit too greedy. The First American National Bank kick is going to be fielded at about the 17-yard line. Oliver's going to cut towards the middle of the field, now getting to the outside, cuts back up, and it's upended right about the 33, 34-yard line, so much better coverage that time by the Tigers.
Adam, 6:54 left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Coahoma 6. Here we're early in the ball game. Both offenses have gone down the field and scored a touchdown.
And so ICC now will have the longest field position of the night on their second possession. First down and 10. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, stop by and see Joey there on South Adams Street in Fulton. 2 receivers on both sides of the football here for the Indians. Mills is your quarterback. That looks like Dinkins in the backfield for ICC. Dinkins gets to carry. Up the middle is going to be flipped and tossed down about the 35-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play there for Dinkins.
Adam, good stop by Coahoma. And like you said, it's hard to pick up these numbers. Coahoma with the maroon jerseys and the black numbers.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to get you some numbers, but their defensive line made a good play there. Second down, 2nd and 8 Indians.
Yeah, it looked like that was Caleb Sampson, a defensive lineman out of Covington, Louisiana, coming up to make the play there. Play action. ICC sets with the screen, trying to get it up to the outside, and a beautiful play. Now the ball is fumbled, and I think Coahoma's got it. Yes, they do. A hard hit that time on Austin Watkins, and a big-time turnover there, Jim. And, boy, I tell you what, Coahoma's got a little bit of momentum on their side right now.
They do. Their defense is very fast. Made a good play on our wide receiver. Unfortunately, he fumbled. Tigers recovered. 1st and 10. Coahoma, the ball is at ICC's 34-yard line.
So now the ICC defense, who spent a lot of time on the field on that previous possession for Coahoma, is going to have to come back out one more time here. Jim, that's not something they're not unfamiliar with. This ICC defense has spent a whole lot of time on the field this season.
No doubt about it, and they've been up to the challenge. But we want to keep them out of the end zone here. It's 7-6 ICC right now. We need to keep the lead.
So Coahoma with it, 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be at the 34-yard line. Looking to throw on the first pass, going downfield. Got a man, jump ball. Is it intercepted by the Indians? No, it was dropped. Nearly picked off that time, as I believe that was number 16 going down the sideline for ICC. Yes, Tyrese Quinn coming up and making the play. Nearly picked that one off. Boy, that would have been big there if the Indians could have turned around and got that turnover right back.
Adam, Tyrese Quinn has been solid all year, and he is from
Calhoun City.
There you go.
And if anybody wonders why Mr. Jim does that, I always brag on people from Calhoun County because, you know, the best of the best come from Calhoun. Thus saith the guy from Pittsburgh, Mississippi, which is in Calhoun County. So 2nd down and 10 after that pass falls incomplete. 3 receivers here on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. There is the quarterback in the shotgun, and he's going to throw it out to the flat and bobbled around but hauled in that time by the Coahoma player, and he's going to go forward for a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play. That was number 22 on the reception for Coahoma. That was Franklin that hauled that one in. So it's bringing a 3rd down and 9.
Davis and Combs made a good play. Both of them made the tackles. You mentioned Adam, 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Tigers, 5:40, clock running. 1st quarter, ICC 7, Coahoma 6.
So 3rd down and long here. Last time we had Coahoma in a 3rd down and long, or actually it's 4th down and long. It turned into a touchdown. So we'll see what Coahoma elects to do coming out of the huddle here. Play clock is down to 12 seconds, so plenty of time here for the Tigers. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Looks like that is going to be Franklin still in the backfield. Now a man in motion, and that's got to be a flag down somewhere. Number 3 for Coahoma, Corley, the Michigan State transfer, thought he was playing a little Canadian football as he turned up the field well before the ball was snapped, and might be a snap infraction because half the offensive line went, half of them didn't. Yep, that's what it's going to be. I thought it was. It was kind of awkward the way it saw, and almost a break there for the quarterback, Norfleet, because if they didn't blow that whistle, there was 3 Indians closing in on him in a hurry.
No doubt about that. And what happened, Adam, is our defensive man got in the neutral zone, and defense can do that. Then he backed up, then the offensive player moved. It was a legal procedure against Coahoma.
So now the ball will be backed up. Now it'll be 3rd down and 14 here for the Tigers. The ball is going to be at the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 14, possession down here inside 5 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. This time they're just going to hand it off. He's going to be stacked up in the line of scrimmage, breaks off a tackle, still spinning forward, and gets the penalty yardage back +1 that time. So a nice run. Interesting to see that they went with the delayed draw that time to Franklin. A pickup of 6 that time for Franklin. Looks like Coahoma's going to elect to keep it here and go for it again on 4th down. Why not? Last time they had it on 4th down, Jim, they put it in the end zone.
No, and they're in no man's land. The ball says 33 is too far for a field goal, too short for a punt. They're going for it.
So 4th down, let's call it a short 9, long 8 here for the Tigers. 2 receivers on the far side of the ball. They do have a tight end in the contest here, receiver near side here. And, oh, no, it's just going to be a pooch punt.
How about that?
Have not seen that in quite a while. The ball is going to be popped up and down. So a very nice job that time by Norfleet, the quarterback. Just simply got it out of the shotgun, punted it, and the ball is going to be down at the 6-yard line. Pretty smart that time.
Very nice. Got a little punt away, backed us up at our own 6, but our defense stood up there after the big turnover. We didn't let them get any yardage at them. I believe it was on our 33-yard line, and we stopped them. Matter of fact, pushed them back. Great job by ICC's defense.
So now it's up to the offense to give that defense a chance to catch their breath on the sideline here. 4:08 to go in the first quarter, 7-6. ICC with the lead and the football at the 6-yard line. Jim would love to see about a 10, 11, 12 play drive to be able to put something in the end zone here for ICC. Mills is going to keep it himself now. He's going to tuck and run. Gets out to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 4 that time for Mills. Good decision that time by Clark.
Good job by Clark. Basically looked like the play he scored the 5-yard touchdown on, trying to get us out from underneath our end zone. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 Indians. First quarter, 3:45 clock running, 7-6 ICC.
Mills has 2 carries for 9 yards in the contest. Second down, and 6 here for the Indians. Mills looking to throw. Plenty of time. Now the pocket collapses around him. Jim, he was looking deep that time, and good coverage by the Tigers downfield. Call that a coverage sack because he had plenty of time to throw the football. But now the Indians, with it 3rd down and really long, the ball is on the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. Got to be careful here, Adam. You know, so you mentioned 3rd down, 3rd and 17, and we got the ball there on 1. Be careful. Sure, we'd love to get a first down, but we cannot have a turnover here.
So now 3rd down and 16. The ball is at the 1. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing a 99-yard play. That'd
be nice.
What a play Wednesday. And this time the give is in the backfield. I don't know if he got out of the end zone. It may be second effort. Yes, second effort got him out. Boy, I tell you what, Coahoma nearly got a safety there, Jim.
Whew. Well, Adam, we got to kick it from the back of the end zone. We need a big punt by Hayden this time.
Yeah, that was a handoff that time to Wadlington, who goes forward and gets no gain on the play. So the Indians take away that big return early in the contest, Jim, and ICC has not done anything offensively. So this is going to be Hayden Franklin back to kick this one away. We know of the struggles this year for ICC special teams. Franklin, though, gets a foot on this one. Punt is going to be straight up in the air. Fair catch is called and taken at about the 34-yard line. So Coahoma basically getting it right back where they started their previous drive. And Jim, right now, Lady Mo and everything is wearing that maroon and white of Coahoma.
No, that's a good job by Hayden there, because it's a 33-yard punt, no return. Didn't have any. He could not step into the punt because he's in the back of the end zone. Good job by our kicking game.
So now to be 1st down and 10. Coahoma with it once again. The entire game, except for one possession, has been on this side of the field so far this evening. 2:19 to play here in the first quarter. ICC 7, Coahoma 6. Coahoma with the football, threatening here once again. Great field position to start the drive. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Quarterback keeper. He spins around and he's going to go forward. Actually, this looks like it might be a new quarterback, maybe a direct snap in the game. Yes, it was. That's Legend Moore. He's listed as a wide receiver, comes in and takes that snap and goes forward for a gain of 4 on the play.
2nd down, 2nd and 6. You mentioned Legend Moore, the wide receiver who already has a catch tonight. Ran the football then, got a positive 4 yards. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Coahoma 6. Coahoma driving on ICC's 30-yard line.
Norfleet, the quarterback, back into the contest now for the Tigers. This time they got 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 near side here. 2nd down, and let's call it 6. Handoff is going to be to the long man in the backfield. He's hit, stacked up, breaks off a tackle, still fights forward. Good second effort on the part of number 22, Franklin. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, was able to fight forward and actually pick up about 3 additional yards after contact.
Listen, Fabian Franklin was an outstanding high school running back from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He is a load there at running back.
And so Franklin getting the bulk of the carries so far in the contest. We've also seen Jalen Jones a couple of times get some carries. He's in the backfield as well now for the Tigers. Actually, the lone running back in the backfield now is Jones for the Tigers. Let's call it 3rd down and 3 here for Coahoma. And the give is going to be to Jones in the backfield, and there's a stop. Good time play there for the Indians. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars Instant Replay, Jim. That was Tay Carruthers coming in the backfield, nearly untouched. Was almost there when he got the handoff, and a big-time tackle for a loss.
Tay Carruthers, our leading tackler for the year, averaging over 10 tackles per game. Great job by Tay.
So a big-time stop there, and it puts Coahoma back into a 4th and long situation, 4th down and 7 here for the Tigers. They're going to send Norfleet back out. He did pooch punt it the last time he was in this position. You got to think with Lady Mo on the side of the Tigers, I'd be surprised if they do it again here. So 4th down and 7. 18 seconds in the first quarter. High snap, nearly threw it away. Slant route across the middle is caught. Breaks off a tackle, spinning forward. And that's going to be another first down for the Tigers. And I tell you what, Jim, that was just a big target there. Donnie Corley, the Michigan State transfer, running that drag route across the middle on the slant, was able to get it and move it inside the 10 down to about the, 7, 8? Let's call that the 7-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. We've played one. ICC clinging to a 7-6 advantage here over the Tigers, but the Tigers are knocking on the door. Let's take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza. And welcome back out of the timeout. Handoff up the middle, as they really didn't give us a whole lot of time to get out of that break there, and he does able to carry that one forward. Looks like the ball now is going to be at the 4-yard line. Going to be second down and goal to go here for the Tigers. 7-6, ICC with the lead as we start the second quarter of play. Jim, field position, time of possession easily controlled by the Tigers in the first quarter.
No doubt. We're still ahead 7-6, but Adam, we've noticed a couple things here. Number one, they don't punt. Number two, they don't kick field goals. They've already gone for it 3 times on fourth down.
Handoff, and this is going to be easily, no, the ball is fumbled. I know they're going to say he was down. Okay, what a hit that time, as I think that was number 33 for the Indians, Rico Pickens. I thought that was just going to be an easy jog in the end zone. As a matter of fact, I think Jalen Jones thought the same thing. And a big-time stop there, the ball at the 1-yard line, and now Coahoma's going to quickly come to the line of scrimmage here. And it's going to be just a direct snap to Jones. Jones takes it in for a 1-yard score, and Coahoma takes a 12-7 lead now. And basically that was just get up, big dog against big dog, and let's see who's going to win that battle.
Good possession by Coahoma. Scored a touchdown. We know they're going for 2, Adam. They're up 12-7. We just started the second quarter, 14:02 left in the second quarter. We mentioned Coahoma 12, ICC 7. 2-point conversion pending.
And so awaiting this 2-point conversion here, you hear the Coahoma band directly in front of us getting fired up after that touchdown there. 12-7 is the score. Last time they tried to run it in on the 2-point conversion, ICC came up with a big stop there. Can the Indians do it again here? And snap, going to throw that slant route, and the ICC Indians just did not pay attention for the tight end that time, and the pass is complete for the touchdown. So the 2-point conversion is good. Let's keep it here since we just came out of that timeout. Mr. Jim, Coahoma striking quickly, much like the Indians did to start the first quarter. The Tigers striking quickly here in the second.
No doubt about it, Adam. Good drive by the Tigers. You mentioned field position, time of possession has been all Coahoma in the first quarter, and we just started the second quarter. We took a 7-0 lead. Now Coahoma's falling back. They've scored the last 2 touchdowns, up 14-7. We need to have a positive movement here on offense.
And we're getting ready for this First American National Bank opening kick here from Coahoma. And this was one thing the Indians was able to do a good job of in the opening kickoff, was return it inside the 20-yard line. That was Oliver who did that there. ICC would need a big return here just to get a little bit of breathing room, get something on the positive side of the 50-yard line, because as we said, right now it's been all Coahoma when it comes to field position and time of possession. So awaiting this First American National Bank kickoff here. Looks like it's going to come off the foot of number 45. That's Butler. Butler is a linebacker by trade, and kicking off here for Coahoma tonight. Back to return for the Indians. Can't quite pick up that number there. Is that it's either 16 or 18?
I hope it's Oliver. It might not be Oliver this time.
And And this kick is going to be taken at the 20-yard line by the Indians, trying to let that wall set up. Now cuts back across the middle, trying to get to the outside, spins, and that's actually going to be number 10, Austin Watkins, who returns that one. So a good return there by the Indians. Watkins, who fumbled earlier, kind of recovering, or I guess saying making up for that fumble with a good return out near the 45-yard line.
Great opportunity here. 1st and 10, Indians are marking at the 44-yard line. We're down 14-7. 13:56 left in the second quarter, and that band is loud.
Absolutely. If it seems like we're shouting from time to time, we do apologize. As we say they're directly in front of us, but we had to close our windows because they are loud and proud. Apparently there was a flag at the end of the play, so the ball now will be spotted at the 49-yard line. Good eye that time by Bronson Payne, running the camera for us here for Let's Go ICC TV. I did not see the flag, so either way it goes, additional yardage tacked on there. And then this is going to be hit for a loss, as that was a handoff to number 4, Deshaun Dinkins, and Dinkins is knocked back for a loss of 1.
Be honest, a good spot. Gave them a lot of forward motion.
Yeah, they did.
Great defensive effort by Coahoma. Second down, 2nd and 11. 13:35 left in the second quarter. Coahoma 14, ICC 7.
So the Indians, as Jim mentioned, trailing this contest 14-7. They've got the ball at the 48-yard line after a nice return. Low snap. Mills gets it. Plenty of time to throw. Now wants to step across the middle and slings it across the way, and the pass is incomplete.
Trying to go to Gale. Double coverage. Just wasn't there in the middle of the field. 3rd down, 3rd and 11. Indians spotting the ball at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, I've got Mills unofficially 1 of 4 this evening for 6 yards. He did have 9 yards rushing until that sack. He does have a 5-yard touchdown run. That was the first score of the night, and now ICC needing to convert here. 3rd down and 10. And now Mills is in trouble, going to have to hurry. Heaves this one downfield. Jump ball is intercepted. Second turnover of the night here for ICC. And that one, Jim, kind of works as a punt, as the ball is going to be down at the 20-yard line. Mills that time was under duress, just could not get enough of his footing underneath him to be able to throw that one downfield. Had a man, just not enough arm.
Had a man and another 2 yards. It's a touchdown, but hey, ifs and buts.
Yep.
Good job by Coahoma. They made the defensive play. We got to stop them now, Adam. 1st and 10, Coahoma from their own 23-yard line. They're up 14-7. 13:06 left in the second quarter.
We're going to try to find you some Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates throughout the league here as we progress throughout the night. Of course, there's some games of interest, especially that Northwest Colin game. That's 7-7, Northwest Colin in the second quarter. So another penalty here on Coahoma of the 5-yard variety. I need to look down more often, Bronson, because you're tapping me on the arm saying there's a penalty, and every time it's been on Coahoma, so I might try that a couple of more times. We do appreciate Bronson Payne running the camera for us up here, Raphael Henry, Dylan Helms on the sideline, Lee Adams on the sideline as well, Jim Ingram and I'm Adam Gore bringing this action here tonight on Let's Go ICCTV.com as well as FM 95.1 The Fan. And a quick out pass is complete, going to get to the sideline using some speed, and that's going to be out of bounds. And if they're going to call that play earlier, a hit out of bounds, Jim, that was more of a hit out of bounds than the previous call that set up the Tigers' first touchdown of the night. As he's able to scramble forward, the ball is going to be out to the 30-yard line. Second down, and let's call it a 3 situation. Now here for the Tigers.
No doubt, Adam. The good first down play after having the 5-yard penalty. They picked up 8. Second down, 2nd and 3. They picked up 12. Second down, 2nd and 3 for Coahoma.
High snap. Running back gets it. Indians come up, miss a hand tackle, picks up the first down. There's a juke move and out to the 45-yard line, and that's going to be good for another first down. They're actually going to spot it at the 44. So, Jim, right now, man, the Tigers moving at will against this Indian defense.
Adam, that's Fabian Franklin, and I don't remember where he signed. He signed with a Division I school. He came back here, from what I understand. He's an outstanding running back from Hattiesburg High School.
Some other scores throughout the league being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Gulf Coast Jones, that's scoreless in the second quarter. Hines is up 14-7 in the first quarter over Southwest, and we'll give you some more scores here in a moment. First down and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball is at the 44. Handoff yet again. The Indians this time get them in the backfield. Finally, the Indians getting a stop for a loss.
Good job by the Indians. LaKendrick Jones came up, the freshman linebacker for Independence, made the stop, loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12, Tigers, 11:50 in the second quarter. Coahoma's up 14-7.
And speaking of the second quarter, it's the second quarter. East Mississippi up 24-0 over Mississippi Delta. And Holmes leading Northeast 21-0. That's also there in the second quarter. East Central up 24-3 over Pearl River. That's in the third quarter. Wow, they must have started that game at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So, yeah, those are your scoreboard updates being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. 2nd and 12, pressure coming off the corner. Jump ball wide open down the field. That's pass interference all day,
pass
every
interference. Did he not call it?
Wow.
We called a break.
I guess they're going to say that ball was uncatchable, but my goodness.
That is a bad call. And it helped us, but we got to admit we caught a break.
Yeah, we caught a break. Jim, the difference is the fact that, one, he ran over and hit the guy, never looked for the football. And, we just simply called a break there. I don't know how they didn't call that pass.
And the official's right there.
He was. And there was 2 of them back there. So I guess they're going to say it was an uncatchable ball. Only because he got tattooed.
Because he got hit.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll
take it. Maybe they're giving us a break after they missed an earlier call.
So 3rd down and 12 now. High snap, and it's going to be a little shovel pass forward. And it's going to be read that time nicely by the Indians. But you got to wrap up and bring him to the ground. Hit him at the line of scrimmage and then able to go forward for a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play.
Adam, they might actually punt. Maybe. It's 4th down. The ball's at our 49. 4th down, 4th and 5. And they're not sending the punter in.
Jim, I'm going to say this. This may sound crazy, but for Coahoma, you've got absolutely nothing to lose in this situation. And 2, what the Indians' offense have done to really scare Coahoma's defense.
Plus, they're 4 for 4 and 4th downs tonight, I believe.
This is true. Now, we did see them pooch punt at one time, so we'll see if they elect to do that once again here. No, they're going to go for it. Quarterback's going to decide to draw. Now he's going to tuck and runs, has a man out in the flats, and nearly a one-handed grab that would have been good for a first down. And I tell you what, Jim, 2 major bullets dodged that time on that possession by the Indians.
No, and now we've got great field position, Adam. We need to take advantage of this. We got the ball at our own 49-yard line. 10:27 left in the second quarter. We're down 14-7, but great field position for the Indians.
We'll see if they stick with Clark Mills. I did see Spencer Unruh warming up during that last defensive possession, so we'll see who the Indians elect to send out here at quarterback, and they're not sending one. Looks like they're going to send instead in the backfield number 6 for ICC. This is going to be Quay Tucker, going to be coming out of the Wild Indian, the Wild Apache, let's call it that.
How about that?
And Tucker's going to take it on his own. Now steps to the outside, gets to the 50, across the 45, and is going to be knocked down at about the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 by Tucker. Hey, did not look bad that time as Tucker took it and took off in a hurry.
Good job by Tucker. As you mentioned, Adam, gain of 6, 2nd and 4 for the Indians. Driving, we think. 10 minutes left in the second quarter, 14-7, Coahoma up.
Tucker is staying in that Wild Apache set. Now he's going to follow his blocker to try to get to the outside. Going to use a little bit of his speed. Cuts up the field across the 40. And is going to be drugged down at about the 36, 37-yard line. That's good for another first down. That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox.
Quay Tucker's listed as a defensive back, 6 foot, 192 pounds, from Dadeville, Alabama, a freshman. We hadn't seen him play much defensive back. Now he's playing quarterback.
And now they're going to send Clark Mills into the contest. 2 receivers on both sides of the football here for the Indians. Mills sets back, plenty of time to throw. Now he's going to try to run, scrambles, and is going to scramble forward and gets the ball out across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. I tell you what, we talked about the offensive front of Coahoma winning the battle earlier in the contest. The defensive front getting after this offensive line of the Indians as well. That scramble good for about 4 for Mills. So second down, let's call it a long 6, short 7 here for ICC. And this is going to be a give to the long running back in the backfield, and nothing doing there. Actually going to be very generous and give Wadlington, I believe, a gain of 2 on the carry. So, yes, a very generous spot there for the Indians.
Third down, 3rd and long 5, I say, Adam. We got the ball at their 33-yard line. Might be 4 down territory.
I keep doubting myself on these stats, Jim, but then I look at it and I'm like, no, we've had a couple of turnovers and haven't moved the ball, as the Indians anemic on offense right now. And credit Coahoma. They forced 2 turnovers and have controlled the time of possession and field position throughout this contest. Mills now wants to run it on his own, trying to get to the outside, makes one man miss, now cuts to the corner, going to turn it up the field. Mills, this is going to be a foot race down the sideline. He's inside the 5, and it's going to be tackled and out of bounds. Big time run there for Clark Mills.
Let me tell you what, Clark Mills showed some speed there around the corner. I didn't know he had. He got down that corner very quickly. First and goal, Indians, they're placing the ball at the 4-yard line of Coahoma.
A 29-yard gain that time for Clark Mills. So he's got 5 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. And, boy, that was a big-time play there for the Indians, Jim, as they're quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Jumbo package. Mills going to, or excuse me, no, that's actually going to be Wadlington following his blockers, and he's going to be hit and stacked up, and no gain on the play that time for Wadlington.
Good defense by Coahoma, but with 2nd and goal, they're going to mark it, I believe, at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal, Indians down 14-7, 7:55 left in the second period.
So did he get a gain of 1 that time?
Yes, sir. Gave him a gain of 1. Now there's a timeout.
And the officials are talking things over here. I don't see any laundry on the field right now, as the referees are meeting behind the 10-yard line. Probably talking about the mosquitoes out there.
Hey, they sprayed beforehand. We saw the truck. We appreciate it.
They did. So illegal substitution on the defense. So that's going to be another flag down. And I tell you, every time I look down and look up, apparently there's a penalty on Coahoma.
Keep looking down.
Yes, I'm going to keep looking down. So that's, unfortunately, though, only going to be a 1-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal now.
But it's first down still.
Yeah, so take away that 1-yard gain that time from Wadlington. And he's going to get it one more time. Wadlington lowers his head and is going to try to scramble forward. Boy, I tell you what, very impressed by this defensive front of the Coahoma. They're not giving the Indians anything easy.
No gain. 2nd and goal. The ball's at the 2. 7:25 left in the second period. Your score is Coahoma 14, ICC 7, but ICC is driving at Coahoma's 2-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Actually, I think it's a loss of 1 on the play, Jim.
I think
they marked
you're right.
it back to the 3. Wow.
Put it back at the 3, and we might have to get out of this, what do we call it, the Wildcat
Yeah,
formation.
they're in that jumbo package, and now ICC wants to take a timeout to talk this one over here. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 3 situation here. ICC wants to talk it over. Let's take the timeout with them. We'll be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let's Go ICCTV.com.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
In anticipation of the big game, Little Caesars invites you to pick up large, hot and ready pizzas for just $5 each. Score big by adding a crazy combo, Italian cheese bread, or hot and ready Caesar wings. This football season, make Little Caesars your big game party headquarters. Pizza.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout now. Second down and goal to go here for the Indians. The ball is going to be at the 3-yard line. Mills is your quarterback. Normal set here for ICC. This time the give is going to be to Dinkins. Dinkins powers his way in for the touchdown. Deshaun Dinkins in from 3 yards out, and a big-time answer there, Jim.
Good drive by the Indians. Took advantage of the field position. Went down the field. Engineered by Clark Mills. A point away from tying this ball game up. 14-13, extra point pending. 7 minutes left in the second quarter. We hope to be tied here in just a minute.
So waiting the kick here from Caleb Comer. Snap back's a good one. The hold is good. The kick is up. There is a flag down yet again, and the kick is good, though. So we'll have to wait everything. And guess what I was doing that time, guys?
You're looking down.
I was looking down, writing down the
touchdown. It's got to be against them then.
And apparently it is going to go against Coahoma. They'll probably tack this on to the kickoff as the referees talk this one over here. And Jim, a good answer that time by the Indians. Battled back, kind of just hanging around, and ICC was able to get that touchdown. And waiting the official signal. The kick is good, and did they say no flag?
They picked it up.
They're going to wave it off, so no flag on the play. As ICC adds that to it, let's take a quick timeout. 14-14, 7 minutes to go until halftime. ICC Coahoma tied in this one.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal.
Steal. That's a heist. Put this on.
Disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this.
It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today. Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers, layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Out of the timeout, 14-14, ICC and Coahoma tied after a 3-yard touchdown run by Deshaun Dinkins and the Caleb Comer kick. 7 minutes to play here until halftime. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram, Bronson Payne up here in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth, also the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association.
There you go.
Broadcast booth. To find out more about those, visit iccms.edu. So we're getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff. Before we do that, I want to give a shout out, Dr. Bronson Prohaska, listening in here, saying sounding good. So thanks, Doc, for the compliments and for tuning in.
Thank you, Bronson.
And so the First American National Bank kickoff is going to be driving back to the 10-yard line is where Coahoma will take it. Going to try to reverse field, and now has a seam up the middle, and is going to be breaking forward out near the 30-yard line. Going to be hit at about the 28-yard line is where he's going to be down. First down and 10. Jim, one thing the Indians have got to do defensively, they've done well. They've been but not broken at times, but they're starting to give up a lot of yards in chunks.
They have. If you look at the stats, and we don't have them in front of us right now, but the yardage, we think Coahoma's ahead of us on total yardage, and we know time possession is Coahoma. But, hey, Adam, it's 14-14. Need a defensive stop here.
Yeah, at the end of the day, all you got to do is have one more point than your opponent, and that's all that matters. So first down and 10 here for the Tigers. Two receivers on the far side of the field. I believe this is going to be Corley, here on the bottom side. Instead, they're going to give it to the running back in the backfield, trying to turn upfield, and there's the Indians making the stop for a tackle either at the line of scrimmage or possibly for a loss of 1.
They're going to say you got back to the line of scrimmage, Adam. Good job by our secondary coming up quickly. No gain. 2nd and 10. 6:35 clock running. We're all tied 14 apiece, second quarter.
They gave him a gain of 1.
That was a tremendous spot for Coahoma.
The referee had to take 3 steps from where he picked the ball up to spot it at 1-yard gain.
Oh, well, at least it was not a major problem.
I'm glad my migraine has kind of let up from earlier this week. If not, I'd be tapping out on this one. So second down after a loss, and now it's somehow second down and 9 for the Tigers. High snap, corralled by the quarterback. Pass out in the flat. There is a flag down. Nice open field tackle that time by the Indians. That was number 23, Nick Smith, coming up and stopping the play, but hold everything as there is another flag down. Man, we need to get somebody to sponsor the flags tonight. And that's going to be a personal foul against the Indians. Hands to the face there, so that's going to move that play forward an additional 15 yards. And we've seen some unique calls. Of course, that one obviously blocked from our view, but typically if they're going to call those type plays, Jims, you're going to have to be pretty significant hand contact to the face. So that will march the ball up near the 50-yard line.
Adam, I think that gave a couple more yards.
I was going to say, the ball was on the 29, so that was a 20-yard penalty unless they're marking it off at the end of the play. Handoff in the backfield, and there's Parker there to make the play.
Good job by the defense. They definitely lost yardage, we think, on this play. We'll see where they spot the ball.
And they are going to move the chains backwards, so a loss of 1 on the play that time. Parker coming in and really lucky he was fired out of a cannon that time, Jim, to be able to get that tackle for a loss of 1. Second down and 11 now here for the Tigers. 5:30 to play until halftime. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime show. We'll have some conversations with Coach Michael Nanny about this weekend's golf tournament for the Indians, their opening tournament of the year. We'll also talk about the Tomahawk band competition, bands championships coming up in October. We'll also have some commercials on that community tailgate that you can enter next week. There's the Indians once again, a stop in the backfield and a big-time play there for ICC. And, Jim, now starting to see that defensive front winning those battles.
No doubt about it. Another loss, Adam. Third down, and we will call it a long 13. 5 minutes left until halftime. We're all tied apiece, 14-14, ICC and Coahoma.
So we have said tonight that Coahoma has not punted yet in this. Well, they have punted once. It was a pooch punt by the quarterback. So you can't really call that a punt. They didn't send the punter out there, but technically it was a punt. But they've only punted once tonight, and that's a little misleading because they have turned it over on downs twice in the contest. Play clock is down to 5 seconds. 3rd down and 13. Pressure coming off the backside, and he's going to be hit and dropped for another loss. The ICC defense coming up big that time, and now 4th and long in this situation. 4:15 and counting here. Looks like the Tigers will be sitting in the punting unit here.
Adam, that's the key there. We had a 15-yard penalty. They had the momentum, and the next 3 plays we got them for losses. Great job by defense.
Yeah, total loss of about 5 yards on that after that 15-yard penalty. Brings up 4th down. Let's call it 14 instead of 15. So 4th down. Actually, no, we're going to call it 15 now. So 4th down and 15, 14 and a half. So we will have the punter into here for the Tigers.
I believe the quarterback is the punter.
Low snap, able to dig it up off the ground. And he kicks this one away. A nice kick, and it's going to hit. And takes a look. It's like Mr. Jim's pitching wedge as it just hit and stuck and did not take a roll either way. And the Indians will have it now at the 25-yard line. We'll be 1st down and 10 with 3:33 to go here until halftime. Jim would love to see the Indians put some points on the board going in to grab a little bit of momentum going into halftime.
No doubt, and we have all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time, 3:38. We're all tied up. Both teams playing hard. Been mistakes both ways. Turnovers on both teams. Key series here's Adam. Let's try to get some points here before halftime. We got the ball at our own 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
Jim, I talk about these Sonic stats, and these Sonic stats always unofficial. I've only got the Indians with 1 completion so far in the game. 5 wide here for ICC. And that pass was complete, but then a timeout quickly taken by Coahoma before the snap got off there. So, a tough break there for ICC, as that was Clark Mills who zipped that one across the middle quickly. Tell you what, Jim, there was a whole lot of green grass in between the Indians and the end zone that time on that quick slant.
No doubt, Gale had the catch, but they did call timeout. Looks like we're coming out throwing the ball. Again, we've got plenty of timeouts. We've got all 3. It's tied up 14-14, 3:32 left to halftime. Plenty of time to run your offense here to try to get some points before halftime.
Yeah, it would be a big-time play here if the Indians can grab some momentum, put 6, maybe I'll take 3 points, but I would love to see 7 points on the board here as we go into halftime because, Jim, let's be honest with you, that trend continues for the Indians in the first half. Just not playing well.
No, we hadn't. And we jumped out 7-0, and then we had 2 turnovers. I mentioned turnovers. I don't know if Coahoma's had a turnover.
They have not.
But we have had 2 turnovers, which has hurt us tremendously. And we got down 14-7. We've come back here late in the second quarter, tied it up 14-14. Now we've got the ball again, see if we make a drive.
So Clark Mills is your quarterback this time. 3 wide on the near side, 1 up top. Mills sets to throw, is out to the flats, and it is complete to Dinkins. Dinkins lowers his head and gets out of bounds. And it looks like he does have enough for the 1st down. Yes, it is. It's going to be a gain of 13 on the play. Good safe route that time as Dinkins moves the chains, gets out of bounds, so that will stop the clock at 3:25. So 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be at the 40-yard line. ICC 5 wide this time. Nobody back in the backfield for Mills. 3 defensive linemen down for Coahoma. Mills, plenty of time to throw. Loads up. Got a man downfield. That's Thomas! Thomas is in a foot race to the 10-5. Touchdown, Indians!
Great job. Thomas broke the pattern. He threw it deep. Last time he underthrew it. This time he did not underthrow it. Clark Mills, Jamel Thomas. Adam, that was, 60 yards?
60 yards on
Pass.
the touchdown. So a big-time play there. You're looking to the instant replay here by Little Caesars. And tell you what, that was Thomas. He was actually pulling away there in that final 10-yard sprint. And boy, oh boy, Jim, that was a big-time play there for the Indians.
Great job by the Indians. Comer trying to make it a 7-point game with the extra point.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. Jim, Indians get it done there. 3:02 to go here until halftime. Let's take a quick break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more. ICC 21, Coahoma 14, 3:02 to go until halftime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back as we get set for this First American National Bank kickoff off the foot of Caleb Comer. He's going to step into it, a end-over-end kick, driving back to about the 9-yard line is where Coahoma will get it. Trying to reverse the field. He's got a wide gap on the far side of the field. Picks up a big block now across the 30 to the 35, and he's going to be ridden out of bounds. Big-time tackle there, Jim. As I tell you what, he was about 2 guys away. If he could have slipped off a tackle or taken that one to the house, big-time stop there on the opposite side of the field by Cortez Davis.
As you mentioned, Adam, they got good field position. The ball's at their own 35-yard line, 2:53 left in the half. Indians up 21-14 here before halftime. Need to stop them on this series.
So first down and 10. The ball is going to be at the 35-yard line. 3 receivers here on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. There is a running back in the backfield with Norfleet. 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go here until halftime. Back to pass. Pass is complete. He actually dips underneath one of the players and is able to go forward. Wow, what a play that time, as that's going to be close to a first down. Jim, that was number 19 for Coahoma, Stephon Harmon, who basically just ducked and dived his way for that first down, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox.
Good catch and good pass, good catch. First and 10, Coahoma at their own 45-yard line.
So Coahoma trying to march down the field in a hurry here. See if they can get those 7 points back. Pressure coming up the middle. He's going to be hit and tackled for a loss. That's a sonic sack for the Indians.
Good job by the Indians. It looked like Calmorris Robinson, the linebacker, made the tackle. Loss of 4 yards at him. Second down, second 14. Clock running. 2:10 left in the halftime. Indians up 21-14.
Yeah, a little delayed pursuit that time by Robinson, and he comes in and gets that big tackle for a loss. Second down and 14, as Jim mentioned, coming up on 2 minutes to play here until halftime. ICC leading 21-14 over Coahoma. Coahoma gets the snap. Slant route is there. It's caught, and a slip tackle, another slip tackle, and he's going to be down to the 40. Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, if the Indians can make some corrections, that slant route has been there all night for Coahoma. The problem with that is if ICC can read that and recognize it, might be able to jump one of those routes later on.
No doubt Corley's a big-time receiver. Good receiver. Got the first down at the 40-yard line. First and 10, Coahoma. Clock running, 1:40 left to half. Indians up 21-14. There's a timeout on the field. ICC takes the timeout.
Yeah, timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. We do want to remind you next week, ICC will be hosting Northeast in a big-time game there in Fulton. But we are having a special event before the game. It's the Community Tailgate, an annual event that we do each year. The fun thing about this is it's a competition, whether you're a club, area business. You can visit the homepage, letsgoicc.com. That's letsgoicc.com. Go to the bottom of the page. You'll see the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi ICC Spotlight. You can click on that for more information. But, Jim, the cool thing about this is, yes, it's a competition, but there's no entry fee. All you got to do is show up, bring your tent and put it up on the Davis Event Center lawn. Now, you do have to register. That registration form is on letsgoicc.com. But, yeah, a chance to win prizes and show off your ICC pride for a great event.
Adam, it's a good time. A lot of alumni come back. A lot of people from the town of Fulton. A lot of students participate. It's a great time to get the ICC family together.
We'll also be honoring the MACJC Championship softball team that night, as well as they're getting their championship rings. First down and 10. India's bringing a little delay pressure. Now it's going to be a jump ball downfield. He's got a man and bobbled in and out of his hands. They were looking for the Michigan State transfer down the sideline. I'll tell you what, he had a chance at it, as that was Oliver that was in coverage. And I think that time Corley probably will like to go back and have another opportunity at that one. That was just simply in and out of his hands.
But it's a good job. Robinson was forcing them out of bounds, so it's a good job by ICC. Still a lot of time, Adam. A minute and a half left in halftime. ICC up 21-14. Coahoma driving at our 40-yard line, second and 10.
So Coahoma gets the snap out of the shotgun. There's that slant route once again, trying to get up the field. Nicely done, open field tackle. Coahoma may either have to hurry up to the line of scrimmage or burn a timeout here, as it was not enough for the first down, so it's going to bring up a third down. Let's call it 4 situation here for the Tigers, and the Tigers are trying to hurry up here. The clock continues to run. 1:15 to go here until halftime. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Going for that slant route one more time, and good timing that time, as that was number 36 for ICC, Jamal Shumpert, the Fulton native coming up and making the play.
Good job by Jamal. Read the pattern, knocked the ball down.
So now it's going to be a 4th down. It's going to be a 4th down, and let's call it 4 situation here for the Tigers, as they're coming to the sidelines talking to their coach here. 21 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time. Going to have to convert this 4th down. They've done that twice tonight, and so going to try to convert it one more time here. As the clock is stopped with 1:09 to play, ICC see if they can't get that offense back on the field one more time and see if they can add some extra points. As now the play clock's down to 3 seconds, Coahoma's going to have to take a timeout. No, they get the play clock off, or excuse me, the play off. Now a jump ball going towards the corner of the end zone's got a man, and just too far as he throws it out of bounds.
Quarterback had the first down, Adam. He could have run for the first down. He thought he had a man deep for the pattern. Incomplete. ICC takes over on downs.
Yeah, I think that was just designed go to the end zone the whole way that time, as Norfleet, though, threw that one out of bounds. Now the Indians take over with 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock here. Indians quickly scored on that previous drive on a 60-yard touchdown toss to Jamel Thomas. Boy, if the Indians can do that one more time here just before halftime, it would be huge, Jim. So 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be at the 35-yard line. Mills is your quarterback. Gets the snap. He's going to step up to avoid some pressure. Throws it forward, and it's going to be complete to Thomas, and he goes out of bounds after a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 on the play.
Adam, we still have 2 timeouts. 56 seconds left. Great field position, 42-yard line, moving the ball. We're up 21-14. 56 seconds left until halftime.
Yeah, they're going to call that a gain of 6 on the play. Or excuse me, gain of 7 on the play. So 2nd down and 3. Did get out of bounds, so now the clock is stopped with 56 seconds. Mills set to throw. Pressure coming one more time. Mills is going to step up and simply just dive to the turf to avoid the hit. No gain on the play that time for Mills. And we'll see if ICC elects to take a timeout. They're going to let the clock run. Looks like they're not going to take the timeout here.
The clock stopped.
Yeah, I don't know why the clock is stopped.
Wow.
Not only that, they're going to add 3 more seconds to the clock here. So, Jim, a interesting timeout call. I don't know unless they just announced it wrong. They said Coahoma takes the timeout and adds 3 more seconds to the clock here. A break, if you will, for the Indians as Mills scrambled, didn't get a gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and about 4 situation. Let's make it 3 situation here. I don't understand the play. The time, like I said, that maybe the referee called it out wrong and meant to say timeout ICC.
Unless they're trying to force us to punt here with a little bit of time left in the half. But if they stop us here, Adam, they got to burn another timeout and only have 1 left.
Yeah, because they're not counting down the timeouts on the scoreboard as well. So, interesting. So 50 seconds to play here until halftime. ICC leading this game 21-14. Trying to see if they can get some more points on the board here just before the end of the half. Pressure coming. ICC is going to set up a screen pass, and it's complete to Wadlington. Wadlington gets a block down the sideline. Now he's going to try to jump one guy, and he's going to have his feet clipped out from under him, but he does pick up a big-time gain there out to the 39-yard line.
Adam, we still have 2 timeouts. 1st and 10. We're on their 39-yard line. Clock running, 40 seconds left to half.
That gain goes for 20 yards, and ICC with a fresh set of downs. Mills zips it out outside, and it's just in and out of the hands of Thomas. Thomas maybe thought running before he caught the ball, but a break in that situation, Jim. The incomplete pass does stop the clock with 31 seconds.
Doesn't really hurt us, Adam. It's only about 5 yards. As you mentioned, we saved the timeouts. We got time. It stops the clock with incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the 39-yard line for the Indians. Mills is your quarterback. 5 wide receivers, 3 near side for the Indians, 2 on the far side of the field. Mills gets the snap. Plenty of time to throw. Now he's going to be under duress, and he's going to be hit and drop. Well, the pocket just collapsed quickly that time on Mills. And timeout is going to be taken by Coahoma again.
No, this is an ICC this time.
So he pointed towards Coahoma, so that's what I was wondering. I think the last 2 timeouts that's been taken, Jim. No, he says that's their last timeout.
Coahoma? Called that?
So Coahoma called that timeout as well.
I am very surprised.
I don't know if they just don't want to take any timeouts
Well, it is third and
halftime,
18.
yeah.
I get it. It's 3rd and 18, but
even if the Indians run the ball here, the quarter's going to end.
Right, and even if we throw incompletion, we can go for it on 4th down and run basically the clock out.
So the Indians almost getting a bonus situation here as now ICC breaks the huddle out of the timeout. Like I said, unless we just misheard the referee there, and I thought I heard him say that Coahoma is out of timeouts. Now Coahoma's going to drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive backs back here against the Indians. And it's going to be a handoff to Wadlington trying to get to the outside. Now he's going to tuck it up, and it's going to stay in bounds. Smart play by Wadlington that time, and that will probably do it for the first half of play. So he stayed in bounds that time, so a whole lot for nothing.
Adam, we could call timeout here and throw it in the end zone. But let's go ahead and go to
Yeah, so Coahoma cannot take a timeout to end this one. And the coach tried to come up and talk to the referee, and the referee shook his head and said no, as if he's going to try to take another timeout. So interesting. Into the first half, ICC takes a 21-14 lead into halftime. Jim, let's talk about your Bank of Oklahoma thoughts on the first half.
You know, we started out very strong, Adam, had a 7-0 lead. Then they took control late in the first quarter. Early second quarter made it 14-7 Coahoma. And we have now played outstanding football. I'd say the last 7 minutes of the second quarter, scored twice, took advantage of some mistakes they made. We now have a 21-14 lead at halftime. I like where we're standing right now. We needed to start out strong in the first half, and we have.
Absolutely. We want to take a time out here, a few words from our sponsors, and come back and talk a little bit more about the first half of play, and then take a look at some of the things coming up at ICC. Here, part of your Little Caesars Halftime Report. Back with more right after this.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6. Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Oklahoma, and the ICC Alumni Association.
That is, for me, one of the greatest attributes about ICC, because it was challenging. It's still challenging in the classroom, but the classes are small enough where you know the teacher by name, the teacher knows you by name, and you're not just another number. The teachers you can talk to them, and they know you, and they know kind of what your needs are, where you struggle in class, where you excel in class, and they give you office hours, and you can go by at any point in time. And I know I had a friend at one point, and her grandmother had passed away, and she had a test the next morning, and the teacher said, well, meet me up here at 9 o'clock at night. And that's just something that you get at ICC that you won't get anywhere else.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your score here at halftime, ICC 21, Coahoma 14. Let's take a look at some first half scoring being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. It started at the 14:01 mark of the first quarter after a big-time return by Oliver Mills jogged into the end zone from 5 yards out. Caleb Comer after the extra point. It was 7-0 ICC. Then it was a 16-yard touchdown pass on 4th down for Coahoma. The 2-point conversion run failed. 7-6 ICC with 7:01 to go in the first quarter. Coahoma took a 14-7 lead at the 14:02 mark of the second quarter on a 1-yard run by Jalen Jones. The 2-point conversion was good, made it 14-7 Coahoma. ICC answered with a 3-yard run by Dinkins. Comer kicked. We're tied 14-14. And then I missed the time that we scored on the 60-yard pass to Jamel Thomas from Mills, but that gave the Indians the 21-14 lead after the Caleb Comer kick. Caleb 3 for 3 on the night on extra points. And Jim, Scoring update being brought to you by Sonic in Fulton. Remind you that you can get that Car Hop Classic coming your way. Just get either a signature slider or a quarter-pounder double cheeseburger paired with a side of medium tots for $2.99. Jim, the Indians fought back and found a way to take a 21-14 lead here at halftime.
You got to be proud. I'm happy. You're on the road. Community college football, it's hard to win away from home. Like you mentioned, the momentum was there with Coahoma. 14-7 second quarter now. We've scored 14 unanswered points. Take a 21-14 lead. I think we scored with 3:38 left on that 60-yard bomb, if I'm not mistaken. Great job keeping our composure, scoring the last 14 points late in the second half, and we've got a 21-14 lead here at halftime on the road.
Yeah, and a large chunk of the offensive numbers for the Indians in the first half on that 60-yard touchdown toss as well. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors, and you'll see a few interviews about some of the things coming up at ICC. ICC leads at 21-14 here at halftime over Coahoma. Back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6. Pizza. Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
Ever since you got that license, you've been on the move. We get it. With Student Checking, we have the tools to keep you going. Take care of that check from grandma without stopping at the bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And we'll even pay you back for ATM fees. So keep on going, and we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Well, Coach, first event of the year coming up out at Hines at Eagle Ridge. Just talk about your first event this season.
Well, we're just excited to get an opportunity to play. This will be our first event, and anytime you play in a Mississippi Junior College event, you're going to play against the top teams in the nation. Meridian, a perennial power, Mississippi Gulf Coast, a perennial power, and Colin and Hines are both going to be very competitive also, so it's an exciting time for us, and we're really looking forward to it.
All right, well, just talk about this year's team, some of the guys that you've got, and maybe the ones that will be participating in the event this weekend.
Well, we've had a really good, competitive, and enjoyable practices leading up to our first event. We have our sophomores that are back: Garrett Moore, Hunter Lucas, Brandon Barrett, and Parker Humber. Those are our four sophomores that are back with us, and our freshmen, Art Thompson, and also Tyler Cheslek and Dean Garrett. Just a lot of those. Those are the guys that have been vying for the top 5 spots, and it's really been good and really been competitive. It really has.
All right, have you got your 5 settled for this weekend?
We do. We'll be traveling with Garrett Moore and Art Thompson and Brandon Barrett and Hunter Lucas and Dean Garrett. Those will be our 5 that'll get to participate on the team this week.
For those that may not be familiar with the process, how do you go about selecting those 5 players?
Well, what we do is we play a lot of qualifying rounds, and we've been blessed this fall to get to play a lot of great courses here in Northeast Mississippi. We've been to Old Waverly, we've been to Tupelo Country Club, we've been to Redmont over in Red Bay, Alabama. We've been down to IKEA in Amory where we'll host our event, and we take those scores, and all 11 of our team members get an opportunity to vie for those top 5 spots, and when we average those scores out, that determines our top 5.
All right. Well, any final thoughts or anything before you get ready to hit the road down to Hines?
We're just excited. This is a new experience for me, and I'm very excited about going, and just very appreciative of all the support that we've received here at ICC.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Talk with us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
ICC is hosting its second annual community tailgate contest on Thursday, September 27th, before the start of the Indians football game against Northeast. The contest will take place on the Davis Event Center lawn from 4:30 to 6 and is open to anyone with ICC spirit, businesses, alumni, families, community groups, organizations, and student groups. It's free to enter and registration is currently open. For more information or to get a registration form, visit the ICC Spotlight on the letsgoicc.com homepage.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Now we're talking with Ryan Todd. Ryan, a big event coming up for the band, the Tomahawk Marching Band Championship. First one ever, or maybe the first one in a long time we've had here at the college. Just talk about this event.
Well, it is, to my knowledge, it's the first time we've ever hosted a marching band contest. Whether it be, done in a different format or not, I think this is from my research, this is the first time we've done this. It will be formatted like our high school MHSAA State Marching Band Championship, which is actually happening for a lot of schools a week later, and then the others 2 weeks later. But we're formatting it the same way as that, and we're really excited about it. We've already got, we're still a month away from our deadline for registration. We've already got 10 bands signed up for it.
Well, Ron, if anybody's out there interested in registering their band, how would they go about doing that?
They can go to our website, the band ICC band website. There's a PDF on there that says Tomahawk registration form. They simply need to fill that out, and there's a $250 registration fee that you send in with it. But we would be glad to hopefully take anybody that decides they want to come. But again, it's set up in such a way as to be a precursor to our marching band championships.
All right, and for fans that just want to come watch it, is that open to the public?
It is open to the public. We have not set the admission price just yet, but it is open to the public. We also have not set our starting time. We're going to base that on the number of bands that show up. We're going to work back from there because we want to be able to host all that would like to come. So we're going to kind of play it by ear this first year to kind of get a good feel for it. But it will be an all-day event. It'll probably be at least 11 to noon starting. And then hopefully the ICC band will be marching exhibition, hopefully no later than 7 is what we would like to do. But there's still some things that we're ironing out, but the date is set, the time is set, the judges have all been hired, and we're really excited about the event.
All right, if you could give us that date one more time, and that way fans can be marking on their calendar.
That date is October 20, and you can, if you're interested in it, like I said, it'll be an all-day event with hopefully anywhere from 18 to 22 bands.
Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone, made from Oreo wafers, layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal.
Steal. That's a heist. Put this on.
Oh, disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this.
It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little
Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
Well, Coach, big day for your program. Luwan being named Men's Player of the Week for the MACJC. Just talk about this honor.
Yeah, I mean, Luwan has definitely stepped his game up the last couple of days, especially last week, scoring a bunch of goals, getting some assists. He's kind of one of the guys that's one of the little engines that makes us go. I mean, as he goes, sometimes we go. Our midfield we count on heavily for defensively and offensively making us go. And Luwan's done a great job this year. And, hopefully today he'll have a big game as well.
Well, Luwan, first off, congratulations on being named MACJC Player of the Week. Just talk about this honor and what it means to you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great honor. I only have to thank you, my teammates and my family, because they always support me, and it's a great honor for me.
All right, Luwan, I'm not going to attempt Portuguese, but I know you've got a lot of family you want to talk to back home. Just talk to them about this honor and then give them a shout out as well.
Então é uma grande honra para mim e para minha família, que eles lutaram muito para mim estar aqui. Então, isso tudo que está acontecendo na minha vida, eu devo tudo a eles.
Ever since you got that license, you've been on the move. We get it. With Student Checking, we have the tools to keep you going. Take care of that check from grandma without stopping at the bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And we'll even pay you back for ATM fees. So keep on going, and we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
ICC is hosting its second annual Community Tailgate Contest on Thursday, September 27th, before the start of the Indians football game against Northeast. The contest will take place on the Davis Event Center lawn from 4:30 to 6 and is open to anyone with ICC spirit, businesses, alumni, families, community groups, organizations, and student groups. It's free to enter and registration is currently open. For more information or to get a registration form, visit the ICC Spotlight on the letsgoicc.com homepage.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back to the Little Caesars halftime report. Your score here at halftime, 21-14. ICC with the lead, Jim. We don't keep official stats, but the Indians, I had them 106 yards passing, and that's always unofficial there. And real quick in my head, looks like 36, 7, 30, 40, 50 yards rushing. Those stats were a little skewed there. We had that big return of 80-something yards or 60-something yards on the on the opening kickoff that took out a chunk of that yardage, and then had that 60-yard touchdown pass to Jamel Thomas. So that was a chunk of the yardage as well. As always, those Sonic stats are unofficial here in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. But Mr. Jim, before we get set for the start of the second half, we're about 3 minutes away from that First American National Bank kickoff. Give me your thoughts on what you would like to see the Indians maybe tighten some bolts on and do a little bit better of in the second half.
All right, Adam, I'm pleased where we are. We're on the road. We're up 21-14. We had some adversity early. We're down 14-7 early in the second period. We've come back, taken a 21-14 lead. Coahoma has 0 turnovers. We have 2. So we kind of got behind the 8 ball on the 2 turnovers, but we've come back and gotten the lead here at halftime. I'd love to get a 2-touchdown lead, take control of the ball game, but I'm pleased where we are right now. But you're never satisfied because the ball game's not over. We're only up by 7 on the road, so we need to keep the foot on the pedal.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some scores throughout the league being brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. Colin up on Northwest in the third quarter, 14-7. It's Gulf Coast leading Jones. This is an interesting score. Gulf Coast 6, Jones 2. That's at halftime. Hines taking care of Southwest, 28-7. That's also at halftime. No surprise here. East Mississippi up big at halftime, 47-6 over Mississippi Delta. Your score here at halftime, 21-14. ICC at Coahoma. Then it's Holmes leading Northeast, 21-13. That's in the third quarter. And winner, chicken dinner, as they're almost done with this one, as East Central leading Pearl River 24-14. That one's in the fourth quarter. Those are all scores throughout the league. Let's see if we can find some college football scores going on across the nation as, let's see what we got here. Dr.
J. Allen.
Dr. Allen coming in the house.
Appreciate him hollering at us.
You want this microphone? No, I'm just doing this. Tyler Camp, you want this microphone?
Go Indians.
No, neither one of them want it. They wanted to pop his head in and give us a roll tribe. We always appreciate Dr. Allen and the great thing he's doing with the college. Temple leading Tulsa. That's 21-10 with 12:29 to go in the third quarter. Let's see if there's any final scores. No, that's the only thing going right now.
And the Jets are leading Cleveland in the NFL 14-0 second period.
There you go. So that is your Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates. We're going to take another timeout and come back with the third quarter play. ICC leads it 21-14 here over the Tigers in Clarksdale. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the third quarter of play. ICC leading 21-14. It'll be a First American National Bank kickoff off the foot of Caleb Comer here to start the second half. Coahoma standing back about the 20. Getting set to return Comer's kick. Actually, there was somebody back at the 5. I see him now. And now Coahoma trying to get to the middle of the field. He's got a man. He's got a seam up the middle. He's going to be hit and dropped and tackled at the 40-yard line. I tell you what, Jim, that's second or third time tonight we've seen both these teams nearly slip one and break it for a big gain.
Good job by ICC. One last defender there, Adam, or he might have gone to the house. Good tackle there. I believe that was number 18, Cortez Davis, made the tackle. But still great field position for Coahoma starting the third period.
Absolutely. Also want to give a shout-out to Coach Andy Kirk, who is listening back home in Fulton. Apparently, he agreed with us on the pass interference call because he was like, wow, both of y'all in unison at the same time. That's how bad it was. So first down and 10 here for the Tigers. The give is going to be the long man in the backfield. And a nice job that time hanging onto the back of the jersey and dragging him down after a minimum gain of about 3 on the play. So to bring up a second down and 7, as that was Jones on the carry.
Adam, we just started the third period. ICC 21, Coahoma 14, 14:35 clock running. Coahoma's got the ball, as Adam mentioned. Second down, second 7 for the Tigers. Ball's at their own 43-yard line.
So second down and 7, as Jim mentioned. 21-14, ICC with the lead over Coahoma here in the third quarter. A North Division matchup here between these two squads. 2 receivers on the far side of the field. There is a tight end and a lone running back in the backfield. That's where we're going to go with it. The pass is behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick it up. And no, there's no way that was an incomplete pass. He threw it backwards. And the referee's going to bail him out that time. If not, that was going to be a loss of about 12 on the play. Jim, the line of scrimmage is at the 37. The pass was, the line of scrimmage is at the 43. The pass was to the 37-yard line. I don't know about you or your ability to do math, but that's a backwards pass.
I believe it was a backwards pass. I believe they made a mistake, Adam. We make a lot of mistakes, but I believe they should own it, and they made a mistake there.
So now it's going to be a third down and 7 situation here after the bailout call there. They're going to drop it over the middle, across the 50, and it's going to be good for the first down. Man, that play is going to come back and haunt the Indians. If ICC was able to go back and get that correct call on that backwards pass a while ago, it would have been a third down and about 20 situation. Instead, it was a third down and 17, third down and 7, and they were able to move the ball across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Coahoma taking advantage of the break. First down and 10 here for the Tigers. Clock is rolling at 13:45. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here at the bottom of your screen. And that's where they're going to go. The little short route, and then the pass is incomplete. Intended for Corley at his feet. Couldn't haul it in that time. Second down and 10.
Norfleet's played well tonight. He just missed that pass. But he's playing a good quarterback tonight, putting the pressure on the Indians. You mentioned Adam. Second down, second and 10. Tigers at ICC's 39-yard line. 13:37 left in the third period. ICC 21, Coahoma 14.
We'll try to keep you updated on some of the scores throughout the league as we continue here throughout the second half. Of course, those scoreboard updates being brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. John Oxford and Company, proud sponsor of not only ICC Athletics, but in support of your local community and Itawamba Community College. Second down and 10. Man in motion now. They clear out the backfield. 5 wide. Go the Tigers. Pocket collapse. Now he's going to throw out looking for Corley. His pass is complete. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, so a break there for the Indians as he was just a slip tackle away from possibly taking that one to the house. Jim, when you look at the Michigan State transfer, he's listed at 6'2", 185. If he's 6'2", 185, then I'm about 6 foot 190.
I believe he weighs 185. Now, he might be only 6'2", but I'm going to say 6'4", 210.
Yeah, I'm going to say I was thinking north of 200. Not by much, though. But, yeah, if that's 6'2", I'll take it because that means I'm about 5'1", which is not that big of a stretch of imagination. 13 minutes to play here. First down and 10. That's where they're going to go one more time to Corley. He's tripped up. The Indians trying to come in and rally, but, man, you just see that D1 talent shining through Corley that time. He was hitting the backfield, was able to weave his way through traffic and get the ball out to the 21-yard line. So a solid pickup there on first down. Brings up second down. Let's call it second down and roughly 4 to go after a gain of 6.
Adam, I can't begin to tell you how good of a play he made then. He broke about 5 tackles to get that 6 yards.
Bad snap. Quarterback gets it. It's in trouble, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Big time hit put on that time by the Indians. Let's look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay as Norfleet paid for that one. The ball just rolled back to him, and that was B.J. Williams, a defensive back's dream that time as the quarterback just a sitting duck as he teed off on him.
It was 2nd and 4. They lost yardage there now. Adam, now it's 3rd down, and we'll say a short 7.
And we've got former quarterback Dan Ellington watching in here on Let's Go ICC TV. Had a chance to watch Dan a couple of times on TV, doing big things out there at Georgia State. Appreciate Dan tuning in here. 3rd down, and ICC's a jailbreak over the middle. The pass is caught by Corley, and he is going to be tackled at the 2. Man, the Indians were in the backfield, but let's give credit where credit was due. Norfleet, he showed some, how can I say this nicely, testicular fortitude to stay in the pocket that time.
Toughness, got nailed. Still threw the pass. It didn't have a lot of speed on it, but it's 1st and goal for Coahoma at ICC's 2-yard line. 3rd period, ICC up by 7.
And now they're going to be hit in the backfield, and he's going to try to bounce it to the outside. Still loose, and finally going to be ran out of bounds, and this is going to go for a significant loss of 2 on the play. That could have been a bigger loss that time, but the handoff was to Jones. He ran into one of his own linemen after getting blown up at the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2. Actually, they're going to back him up even more now. They're going to back him up to the 7. So a loss of 4 on the play. Jim, can the Indians defense hold? You know this is going to be 4-down territory.
There's no doubt about it. It's 2nd and goal from the 7. They got 3 more downs. Got to play great defense here. Early in the 3rd period, Indians up 21-14, 11-10, clock running.
One thing you got to do is you got to identify where Corley is, and he has pretty much been on the near side of the field. He is going to come out to the 10-yard, basically over there where the 10-yard line is if you're watching on Let's Go ICC TV. 5 wide. This time the handoff in the backfield. There's the Indians getting a tackle for a loss, and ICC's defense coming up big one more time there, Jim. Taurus Moore coming in with the play.
Great play. And they tried to spread us out. They had 4 wide outs, tried a quick draw pattern. We read it. We were blitzing. They ran into our blitz. Another loss of down. It's 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line.
Taurus looking like his daddy back in his Calhoun City playing days on that one. So coming up on 10.5 to play here. ICC clinging to this 21-14 lead. It's going to be a 3rd down, and the ball is now going to be spotted just at the 9-yard line. Indians showing all sorts of pressure up the middle. Hit as he released it in and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Boy, the Indians caught a break there as Norfleet was tattooed again in the backfield. And great coverage by the Indians as that was number 21 on the coverage, Derek Pointer. But Corley, that was in and out of his hands again. 2nd touchdown pass he's dropped tonight.
Tell you what, Pointer's all by himself because we blitzed. We got to the quarterback, but it's man-to-man. Give Pointer some credit. Forced him out of bounds, made it a tougher catch. He didn't come down with the ball. 4th and goal at the 9. We know they're not going to kick a field goal. They're going for it.
So 4th down and goal to go. The ball is at the 9-yard line, as Jim mentioned. Clock is stopped with 10:15 here. Boy, this could be a big play for that Indian defense if they can hold Coahoma to no points. Snap back's a good one. Pressure coming again. Slant route, and it's dropped. Well, the Indians were there. They forced a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback. The throw was high, off his fingertips, and Jim, the ICC defense, got the stop we were looking for.
Give them credit. 1st and goal. The ball's at our 2-yard line. Coahoma had momentum, and we stopped them. We take over on downs. 1st and 10, Indians from their own 9. Still up 21-14, 10-12 left in the 3rd period.
Well, Jim, one of the focuses right now for the Indians defensively has got to be protect the football. One thing they did do is have 2 turnovers in the first half, a fumble and an interception, and this time the Indians come out in the Wild Apache set, as this is going to be number 6, Quay Tucker, lining up at quarterback. So far, he's decided to run it each time, and that's what he's going to do again here. Lets his line set up the block, spins off a tackle, trying to fight for it out to the 10-yard line, and that's where they're going to give him back to the original line of scrimmage there. So it'll be a 2nd down. 2nd down, and let's call it 10. Well, the judge...
Let's call it 2nd and 9. How about that?
Well, here's the thing. The line judge is clearly standing on the 10-yard line, and the marker is at the 9. The ball clearly at the 10-yard line. All right.
2nd and 9. How about that?
That's what we're going to go with. The ball's on the 10, though. That's where the original snap was. So Mills in at quarterback now. Looking to throw over the middle. That's Thomas who hauls it in, makes a big-time catch, absorbs a big-time hit, and that's going to be another 1st down for the Indians. Big-time play there for ICC.
Jamel Thomas has come alive this year, our leading receiver. 1st and 10 ICC. There's a player injured for Coahoma. Officials timeout, Adam.
Officials timeout on the field. Let's take the timeout with them. We'll be back with more right after this. ICC leads at 21-14 with 9:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Did you know your child's eyes can be checked as young as 6 months of age? They do not have to know their letters or even be able to talk in order to receive a comprehensive eye exam. Your eye doctor can tell you many things just by looking at them. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide proper diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your eye appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back out of the timeout. Good to see number 13, Justin Gamage, able to walk off on his own power. And this is going to be a little bubble screen out, or excuse me, no, just a little flare outside, and that's Dinkins. And Dinkins moves the chains once again, back-to-back 1st downs. Or are they going to say he stepped out of bounds? No, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds just before the 1st down. So a gain of 9 on that pass play to Dinkins.
Good pass, good run. Adam we got the ball from underneath our end zone there, about the 10-yard line, moved it out all the way out to the 33-yard line. 2nd down, 2nd 1 for the Indians.
So the Indians trying to move the ball down the field. Would love to see that offense just methodically move the ball down the field. Eat a lot of clock up here in the 3rd quarter. Design run to Mills. Mills trying to get to that outside corner. Smart decision by Clark Mills. Saw that he couldn't get that corner that he was looking for. Just saw the seam, dived forward, picked up 4 on the carry, and moves the chains again. I've got Clark for 6 carries for 36 yards, and including after a 9-yard sack being taken away from that total. Movement. And that free play is going to be blown dead, as it was going to be a jump ball down the field. It's actually hauled in by ICC, but good call by the referee, as there was contact made on that line of scrimmage after the player jumped off sides for Coahoma. And that is going to be a penalty against the Tigers. Jim would have loved to have seen him let that play go through, because it would have been about a 30-yard gain on the pass play, but contact was made, and the officials will mark the ball forward now out to about the 41-yard line.
Got a lot of things we can do here, Adam. 1st down, 1st and 5. Great field position at our own 41-yard line.
Dinkins in the backfield. 2 receivers on both sides of the football here for the Indians. Mills is still your quarterback. Gets the snap, and he's going to give it to Dinkins. Dinkins up the middle, spins off 1 tackle, now gets across the 50, lowers his head, and says, how do you do? Big time run, big boy run, that time by Deshaun Dinkins.
He's about 6'1", 220, and he ran into a safety, and I think he won the battle.
Yeah, Dinkins, I've got him 15 yards on that carry, gives him 19 yards on 4 carries. Hiram Wadlington now in at running back for the Indians. Mills steps up to avoid pressure, looking for somewhere to go, doesn't have it, and wisely just throws that one out of bounds. Good job that time by Clark Mills. Jim, I tell you what, we've seen Clark Mills grow up in a hurry from last week's game against East Mississippi today, playing very well at quarterback, and that time a smart decision not to force anything and just chunk it out of bounds.
You're right, Adam. And right now we got control. We're up 21-14, third period, 7:45 left in the third period, second down and 10, great field position at Coahoma's 48-yard line.
So the Indians with 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. There is a tight end in the game. That's Trey Towns. He's lined up on the left side of the line. And then Wadlington is in the backfield. He's going to get the carry. Wadlington trying to bounce to the outside. He's got speed across the 40, to the 35, to the 30, still on his feet, down to the 20. Now cuts back across the middle, and that's going to do it. Hiram Wadlington is going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Indians.
And there's a flag, though, Adam, at the 32-yard line. It's a 48-yard run. There's a helmet off of Jamel Thomas, and he is upset.
Thomas is hot.
I don't know. Hopefully, this is a penalty against Coahoma. We'll see.
If the play stands, as you mentioned, Jim, it is a 48-yard touchdown run. Jamel Thomas is having to be walked off the field right now. Let's look at this on the Little Caesars instant replay to see if we see anything. As the officials talking this one over. That player from Coahoma needs to be ejected as he threw a punch towards the face of Jamel Thomas. Personal foul penalty. Unnecessary roughness on Coahoma. So the touchdown will stand. So that will be a 48-yard touchdown run from Wadlington. Really surprised that Coahoma player is still in the ball game because he easily ripped the helmet off Jamel Thomas and then followed up with as Dave Chappelle says, what does the 5-finger say to the face? Slap. As he slapped him right across the play. But good news, Jim, 48-yard touchdown run for the Indians.
Let me say this. Jamel Thomas, even though you could see he was visually upset, he did not retaliate.
He did not, yeah.
So he didn't get a penalty. Great job, Jamel. Great job by some of our players. Get Jamel away from their players. Adam, touchdown, 27-14, extra point pending.
So awaiting the kick here from Comer. And still waiting. Now the snap. It's a little high, but Comer puts his foot into it and sends it through the uprights, and the kick is good. Big time play there for the Indians, and it stretches the lead out now, gives the Indians a little bit of breathing room. They double up the Tigers 28-14. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal.
Steal. That's a heist. Put this on.
Oh, it's a disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this.
It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today. Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers. Layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
And welcome back to action as the 15-yard penalty will be tacked on after the play. And so ICC will be kicking this one off from the 50-yard line. Jim, do you get a little greedy and maybe see if you can't catch them by surprise with the onside kick?
I was thinking the same thing, Adam, but they're at their 40. They're 10 yards away. You know, you don't want to give them good field position. Yeah. We've taken control of the game. 14-point lead, momentum's with us. I don't think we kick onside kick here.
Yeah, I think you just maybe pop this one up to see if you can't get a fair catch, or maybe see if they might fumble it off a return. If not, probably what's going to happen after we talk about all that, Jim, Caleb Comer is simply going to try to put this one through the uprights. So we'll see what the Indians elect to do here as the kickoff, this First American National Bank kickoff, coming from the 50. And, yep, he's going to send this one deep into the night in Clarksdale. And we'll simply take a knee. So after all of our conversation proves that we don't know what we're talking about. First American National Bank, a proud supporter of your local community and Itawamba Community College. They remind you to follow the flag. They've got locations from Iuka to Tupelo. That's First American National Bank. Tommy Chamley and all the fine folks in all those locations proud to support ICC athletics.
Adam will take control. There's still a lot of time left in this ball game. 7:31 left in the third quarter. ICC 28, Coahoma 14. Let's play some good defense.
7:31 to go here in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 25-yard line for the Tigers. And they're going to quarterback keep this time. Thought about throwing it. Now he's going to tuck it up and he's going to get a block to the outside. Now to the 35, and he's going to jog out of bounds. Good run that time. Gain of about 13 on the play. Good decision. That time I've been impressed by Norfleet tonight. He's been under duress a lot of times, but is a really good decision maker in those tight situations.
He's made some great decisions. Now, one decision, he had a chance to run. He went for the home run, didn't get it. But the rest of the ball game, he's made some great decisions, Adam. Very heady quarterbacks, played very well.
So the clock running now as the chains reset. 1st and 10. There is that slant route they've been throwing pretty much all night tonight as the ball is going to get across the 45 down to about the 46, make it the 47. And that's going to move the chains again. So back-to-back first downs picked up by the Tigers. And, Jim, a lot like we saw parts of the first half, the Tigers starting to pick them up in chunks here.
They have 2 possessions here, 2 first downs on the first 2 plays in the third period. Need to play some tough defense here, Adam.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Tigers. They go 4 wide with the tight end. Once again, that quick drop route, and this time the ball is dropped at the 50-yard line as the pass falls incomplete. The clock will stop with 6:35 to play here in the third quarter. 28-14 is your score. ICC with the lead after a 48-yard touchdown run from Hiram Wadlington to put the Indians up, doubling up the Tigers here in the third quarter. So breaking the huddle with a 2nd down and 10 situation. Norfleet still your quarterback. 2 receivers on the far side of the field. They've got a tight end tucked in there as well. And that pistol formation. And the give is going to be, Norfleet on the keeper again. He's going to get to the outside, and he's going to simply slide down. Now the question is, where did he start to slide? Yes, he did. It's going to be about a yard shy, and Norfleet kind of coming up and pleading his case here. He kind of gave up on the play. He thought he had the first down, but it's actually going to be a yard shy now. So, boy, as soon as we compliment him on his decision-making skills, kind of just slipped up that one time.
He did, but he's playing a good ball game. Adam, you mentioned 6 minutes left in the third period. ICC 28, Coahoma 14, 31 for the Tigers on ICC's 44-yard line.
So if the Indians can get a stop here, maybe even make them go backwards would be huge. Norfleet, your quarterback. The handoff is in the backfield, and there's the Indians. Parker getting back there and getting the tackle for a loss.
Great job by the Indians. Now it's 4th down, 4th and 3, and we haven't seen them punt all night except a pooch punt. They're going for it, Adam.
And so Coahoma looks like they are discussing it here on the sidelines and going to send the play in from the side. Boy, if the Indians can get a stop here, Jim, how big is that play of the quarterback deciding to slide a little bit too soon? So now it's going to be 4th down and 3. It was 3rd down and 1, now 4th down and 3 here for the Tigers. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here on the near side. Indians showing pressure. They bring it. Quarterback throws the slant route. It's going to be caught for the first down and then a little bit more as well. Big-time play there, Jim. The slant route has been there all night for Coahoma.
Good job on Norfleet, finest receiver. 1st and 10, Coahoma. The ball's at ICC's 37-yard line. 5 minutes left in the third period. Your Indians up 28-14.
So Coahoma with a fresh set of downs now. Norfleet will jog to the sideline, and he's actually going to line up as a wide receiver here at the bottom of your screen for those that are watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com. So now he's going to check off the field. If he's checking off, then they broke the huddle with 12 players.
Yep. And they called it. Good job, Adam.
And so the flag is down on the field. Illegal substitution will be the call. Yes, I got one right. I'm loading up and going to Tunica, folks. See y'all later. Right now. So back them up 5 yards, and so it'll be a 1st down and 15 situation. 4:42 to go here in the third quarter. ICC with a 28-14 lead over the Tigers of Coahoma. Jim, this has been a dogfight.
Very competitive, very entertaining game.
So Norfleet, the quarterback, is on the sidelines, and they're going to give it. No, it's going to be the backup quarterback keeper, and he's going to get it. A pretty big pickup there. Got the yardage back plus about 4 more. I tell you what, the running back in the backfield that time, Franklin, got annihilated in the backfield, but a solid pickup now, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 situation, so a gain of 6 on the play. A gain of 8 on the play. So now 2nd down and 7. Clock is rolling, coming up on 4 minutes of play here in the third quarter, 28-14. ICC with the lead over Coahoma. Norfleet back in as your quarterback for the Tigers. And he's going to, that's not Norfleet. That is going to be number 10, Legend Moore, and he's going to be dropped back for a loss of 2 on the play, as that was number 36 for the Indians. Coming in and making the play that time was Jamal Shumpert.
Good job by Jamal. Read the quarterback. Had the wide receiver at quarterback, you mentioned, Adam. Loss of 2. Big down here, 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for Coahoma. 3:30 left in the third period. Indians up 28-14.
They actually marking back for a loss of 3 on the play now. So a good spot in favor of the Indians that time as they mark it back instead of the 35 to the 34. So 3rd down, let's call it 9 officially. So a break there for ICC. Can the Indians get a stop here on this possession down? High snap. Quarterback gets it. Norfleet dials up, goes long, got a man, and pass interference. As that time they just got the mismatch they were looking for, as it was a wide receiver on a linebacker that time. Dalton Combs came up and just tried to dive the ball and got a whole lot of Coahoma players.
But it's only a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So he did the right thing. If he doesn't grab the foot of the Coahoma player, it's a touchdown. So even though he got beat on the play, it was a smart play by Dalton.
And so they're going to mark this one up 15 yards. And so now the ball will go to the 22-yard line. And so now Coahoma will have a fresh set of downs now. They trail this contest 28-14, 3:07 to go here in the third quarter. Norfleet back in at quarterback. 3 receivers here on the near side. 1 up top on his own. There is a running back, I believe that's Franklin, in the backfield. And it's going to be a give to Franklin. Franklin's just going to bully his way forward for a minimum gain. Let's call it a gain of 2 for Franklin as he gets the ball down to the 19-yard line. Clock rolling here. We're in the third quarter. Inside 3 minutes of play. ICC up 28-14.
Big possession, Adam. They're trying to get momentum here. They're down 28-14, you mentioned, but Coahoma's driving on the Indians. They're on our 19-yard line. 2nd down, 2nd and 8 for Coahoma.
So the Tigers will huddle up with 18 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time to go here. Indians, can they find another stop? 26 is now your running back. That's Jordan Willis for the Tigers. He's to the right side of Norfleet, the quarterback. 3 receivers near side. That's where he's looking. Has a man. Jump ball, and he's going to haul it in. No, he says he was out of bounds. So he went to make the catch, could not get 1 foot in bounds. So a break there for the Indians. And that was another close play, then that time going in favor of ICC.
Good defense, forced him out of bounds, Adam, and he could not make the catch in bounds. Goes to incompletion. 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
So we do know this is obviously 4-down territory for the Tigers here. They trail 28-14. Clock is stopped with 2:20 to play here in the third quarter. Norfleet, your quarterback. 3 receivers, a bunch here at the bottom of your screen on Let's Go ICC TV. Norfleet stands in. He's hit as he lets go. Passes high, falls incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 8. And, Jim, there's no doubt on this one. The Tigers are going to go for it here on 4th down.
They're going for it. You know, it's a big, big possession for the Indians. We've been playing good defense. You mentioned, Adam, we've been, but not broken tonight. We're still up 28-14. 4th and 9, Coahoma. The ball's at ICC's 19, and we need to stop.
Jim, kind of surprised that Coahoma has went away from that run attack that has been pretty good for him on this drive, and back-to-back incompletion. So you know one thing they're going to be looking for, and that's going to be Corley probably on that drag route across the middle. So 2:15 here. 4th down and 8 for the Tigers. Norfleet gets the snap. Plenty of time to throw. Goes to the back of the end zone. Ball is incomplete. Coahoma fans wanting a flag, but will not get it as the pass is too far. And the Indians defense do it again, Jim. They come up with a big stop there on 4th down.
Good job by the Indians. Stopped Coahoma, even though they drove the ball down the field. We come up with the ball on our own 19-yard line. 2:09 left in the third period. ICC 28, Coahoma 14. Great job by the defensive ICC.
Yeah, Jim, you kind of feel like right now if the Indians can find a way to maybe put some points on the board here, maybe put 7 more on the board, could go ahead and kind of deflate what's left in the sails of the Indians here, or excuse me, of the Tigers. So the Indians 2 wide on both sides of the football. Looks like Dinkins in the backfield. Yes, it is. Now he'll go in motion to the high side of your screen. Slant route is caught by Watkins, and Watkins is going to be wrapped up and tackled after a gain of about 4 on the play. Make it 3. So a nice pickup there on first down.
Second down, second 7 Indians. Clock running, 1:55 left in the third period. ICC 28, Coahoma 14.
Coahoma band getting fired up here below us. ICC with a second down and 7 situation. Mills, your quarterback, looking to throw. Plenty of time. Has a man and is caught. And now this is just going to be a foot race to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. And he's going to be run down from behind. Big time play there for the Indians.
Good job. Who caught that ball? Number 15?
That was number 15, Kavarius Brown.
All right, Adam, I'm going to try to figure out the yardage. You tell me where they marked it, and I can hopefully tell you how much it was.
47 yards.
No, it's more than that. It's 55 yards, I believe.
55 yards, okay, because they've already changed it on the clock. They've been slow on the clock all night. Flag is down. So a 55-yard pass reception. And the Indians have swung momentum now, and offsides is going to be called against Coahoma. So tack on 5 more yards here. And so now the ball will go to is it the 20? Yes, the 20-yard line is where the ball will be.
51-yard pass.
So a 51-yard pass. And a big-time gain there for the Indians to swing field position. So Mills, your quarterback. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here at the bottom of your screen. The give is going to be to Dinkins. Dinkins knifes his way up the middle, and it's going to try to dive in the end zone, but it's tripped up and falls just shy of the end zone.
Well, he showed some speed there, Adam, and good blocking at interior lineman. Broke the line of scrimmage all the way down to the 1-yard line. First and goal, Indians. Clock running, 40 seconds left in the third period.
ICC trying to put it on the board here. The give is going to be to the lone running back in the backfield. Dinkins is going to be stacked up and stopped for a loss on the play. No, they're going to say no gain for Dinkins. So I've got him with 6 carries, 38 yards. These Sonic stats, big time unofficial tonight, folks, as ICC now is going to send in a few extra guys here. They can elect to let this be the final play, or let that previous play be the final play. That's what the Indians are probably going to do here. Or actually, they're coming to the line of scrimmage. Coahoma trying to get some subs on and off the field. 10 seconds now. See if ICC will snap it or just let the clock run out. They are going to snap it. Dinkins gets it, and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Indians!
Good job by Sean Dinkins. That's the last play of the third quarter. We've taken a commanding 34-14 lead as we head to the fourth quarter.
And that is the second touchdown of the game for Dinkins, as they have not put our points on the board yet, as we're waiting the PAT here from Caleb Comer. Snaps a little low. Comer gets his foot into it, puts it up, and puts it through. Caleb Comer dots the I's and crosses the T. 35-14. ICC with the lead now as we've played 3 quarters. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
In anticipation of the big game, Little Caesars invites you to pick up large, hot and ready pizzas for just $5 each. Score big by adding a crazy combo, Italian cheese bread, or hot and ready Caesar wings. This football season, make Little Caesars your big game party headquarters.
Pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations.
And welcome back out of that timeout. Got a little extra bonus shot of Tommy Chamley there as I kind of missed my cues. Either way it goes, we're getting set to start the fourth quarter here for another First American National Bank kickoff here from Caleb Comer. He's been a busy guy tonight, as he will be set to kick this one off. ICC leading at 35-14 as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Jim, very impressive third quarter. offensively and defensively for the Indians.
No doubt about it, Adam. We bent but did not break. And, Adam, think about this. We were down 14-7 in the second quarter. We scored the last 28 points of this ball game.
So the Indians have dug deep and found a way to come through. So Caleb Comer getting set to tee off this First American National Bank kickoff. As it's going to be a driving kick angled towards the side, and it's going to be taken at the 6-yard line by Coahoma, trying to reverse the side of the field, trying to get up the middle of the field now. Great coverage by the Indians as they stop him shy of the 25-yard line. It's going to be down to the 24. Good coverage that time by the Indians getting down the field.
Good job by our special teams. We've just started the fourth quarter. Your score, ICC 35, Coahoma 14.
Have a ICC player cramping up on the field right now as that's going to continue to be an issue here throughout the latter parts of this contest. Jim, we were talking about it yesterday in our broadcast for soccer. It is September the 20th, and yesterday being the 19th. When we kicked off that first soccer match at 2 o'clock yesterday, the temperature was 96 degrees.
It's amazing. It has been so hot, as we mentioned, in August, and it's carried over through September. Maybe fall will come sometime in November.
Hopefully so. So injury time on the field, let's take it with them. We'll be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, as that was Tate Carruthers who was cramping on the field. He was able to walk off on his own, actually jogged off on his own power. 14:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. ICC with a 35-14 lead here over Coahoma. As they're going to try to throw this one out to flats. Wide open, wow. Indians did not see that drag route coming out of the backfield. And he got away. He got the pass away just before he was tattooed in the backfield, so that was Jalen Jones who caught that pass and had a whole lot of running room that time and quickly flips the field position.
Coahoma's not going away easily here, Adam. As you mentioned, a great game for them. 1st and 10, Coahoma. The ball's at ICC's 44-yard line. Fourth quarter just started. ICC 35, Coahoma 14.
So the ball, this will be 1st down and 10 here for the Tigers. High snap. Norfleet going to elect to keep this one himself. Now cuts back up the middle. Nice decision by Norfleet as he gets the ball out to the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 4. Now they're actually going to mark it back to the 41. So it's going to be about a gain of 3 on the play. So not a generous spot there for the Wildcats.
2nd and 7. 14 minutes left until the ball game ends. 35-14. Indians up.
So 2nd down and 7, as Jim mentioned. The clock is running. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Coahoma taking a lot of time as they're going to step up and throw in. The Indians say, meet me at the quarterback. There's a sonic sack.
Gia Langford, the freshman defensive lineman from Montgomery, Alabama, made the sack at him. Great defensive coverage by our secondary. Offensive line could not hold our defensive line up. Great job by Langford.
Taurus Moore back there as well that time for Langford, but Langford did get the credit for the sack. A sonic sack now brings them back to a 3rd down and 9. Reminds you of the Car Hop Classic going on at Sonic right now. You can get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger and some medium tots for $2.99. That's the Sonic of Fulton. Don't forget they also have other specials and daily drink specials as well. Half-price cheeseburgers on Tuesday nights. Pressure coming again for the Indians. This time we're going to load up, look downfield. It's got a man. That's Corley. Jump ball, and that should be pass interference again. Yes, it is. Late flag coming in from the side referee, but the referee in the back of the field most definitely got that one. And, Jim, once again, not necessarily a bad decision by the Indians. Yes, you give up the 15 yards, but you don't give up a for sure 6 points.
No doubt about it, and it was pass interference. But we'll take it. It's only a 15-yard penalty. Drive continues, but we've got a 35-14 lead with 12:56 left in the ball game.
Bronson Payne asked a very good question. How many flags have we had thrown on us tonight? And I simply told him I don't know, but it's a bunch. And, Jim, that's going to be obviously a key that Coach Sean Cannon's wanting to keep up with. But you look at it, Jim, we did have that pass interference on the previous drive. Coahoma was not able to punch it in. So not necessarily a bad decision to keep them from having that easy touchdown.
Adam, I believe 3 or 4 of the flags tonight were pass interference, and they were good decisions for us to interfere with them, or they would have been touchdowns. So they've some smart flags, believe it or not, that we've done.
So first down and 10, 12:55 to play here in the contest. ICC up. Going to load up and try to throw it one more time. Corley is there, but is out of bounds. Well, I'll tell you what, I have been impressed with Donnie Corley. He's out of Detroit, Michigan, as we said, one of those reverse transfers from Michigan State. And easy to see why he was a big-time D1 player.
No doubt about it. He's a special talent. You know, he just ran out of real estate. Defensive back made a good play, forced him out of bounds. Goes an incompletion.
We'll see if we can find you some Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates throughout the league here in a moment, as it's going to be a second down and 10 situation now here for the Tigers. It's 3 wide on the far side of the field. There's just one back here by himself. And that time, nearly picked off as the slant route was there, but the wide receiver, by the time he turned around, Jim, the ball almost hit him in the face mask. And I tell you what, Taurus Moore is going to be upset with himself tonight, as that one was an easy pick 6 for the Calhoun City native.
Good defense by the Indians. Forces now 3rd down, 3rd and 10. 12:44 left in the ball game. ICC 35, Coahoma 14.
Jim, things getting interesting down in Wesson. Northwest has battled back to take a 16-14 lead over Colin. That's in the fourth quarter. Gulf Coast leading 13-9 at Jones in the fourth quarter. Moore coming in, apply pressure. This time the bubble screen set up nicely. And there's going to be a lower of the head, and the referee going to say he was not down? No, he's not. Or is he down? It's a touchdown. Hold on. Coahoma saying touchdown. And now the referees are going to talk this thing over here, and they're going to say he was down. Well, the judge that was furthest away from the ball, having to look through traffic, is going to say he was down at the 10. Interesting. Hines leading over Southwest 35-14. It's East Mississippi up 54-13 over Delta. And Holmes is up 28-13 over Northeast. Those are your Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates. Very interesting play call that time. I don't even think the ball was marked where he was actually down at, but a lot of confusion on the field. But Coahoma now keeps it here. 12:20 to play. It's 35-14. ICC with the lead. Looking for the jump ball. Was not there. Slant route was batted away. Nicely defended that time by ICC, as that was number 18, Cortez Davis, coming in and making the nice play.
Good job of Cortez. I think Moore put the pressure on the quarterback. Second and go, Adam? Where's the ball?
The ball is at the 10-yard line.
2nd and go. 12:14 left in the ball game. ICC 35, Coahoma 14.
Remind you, for those that are listening to ICC football, welcome to the new home of ICC football here on 95.1 The Fan, ESPN Radio. So 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 10-yard line. The Indians get in the backfield and make the stop one more time, but there's a late flag coming in on the play. So a couple of late flags actually coming in. Let's see if we can see anything on the Little Caesars instant replay. Maybe a horse collar or face mask penalty here on ICC. It's just a unfortunate play, because when the player went down and the ICC player grabbed him and came across, got some face mask. Yep, that is going to be the case. I hate that I went back and looked at that replay now.
Now it'll be 1st and go, Adam. Mark the ball, believe, at the 5-yard line.
They're going to mark it actually at the 7, so they're going to mark it from the spot of the foul, because it was a tackle for a loss on the play. So the ball now is at the 7. We're to be 1st and goal, as you mentioned, Jim. Clock rolling inside 12 minutes now here in the fourth quarter. ICC leading 35-14. And was that a bad snap?
Bad snap. Yeah. Bad snap.
And Bronson Payne helping out there, guys. I was looking down again, and good things happen for the Indians. I'm just going to start staring at my feet.
We'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah. So, ladies
just
and gentlemen,
make something up.
I'm just going to start rambling and look at my feet, because every time I'm looking down at my sheets or writing down some stats, something good happens for ICC. So I will be watching the rest of the football season by staring at my Jordans.
All right, Adam. It's 11:20 left in the ball game. We're up 35-14. 2nd and goal. Coahoma, the ball's at their own 15.
So coming up on that 11-minute mark here in the fourth quarter, I blame Bronson for this fourth quarter taking so long, because he said it was going to take so long. Throw the ball out in the flats, and it was bobbled around, and let's give credit where credit's due. Parker came up, and as soon as he saw the ball was tipped, was able to come up and wrap up the running back that time and keep him from hauling that one in.
Good job by the defense, 3rd and goal. And let me say this, if we look at total yardage, Coahoma probably has more yardage, but we have bent a lot tonight, and when they get inside our 20, and I'm not trying to jinx this, but when they've gotten inside our 20 more times tonight, we have stopped them, Adam.
Absolutely. So now it will be a 3rd and goal. The ball is at the 13-yard line. Yep, that's where it is. Norfleet, your quarterback. It looks like that is going to be Jalen Jones in the backfield with him. Norfleet gets the snap, looking for the slant route, and it's caught but dropped. Well, the Indians have done a good job of adjusting to that slant route that burned them up a whole lot there in the first half, Jim. Second time they've gone to it, that was Corley who had the ball just in and out of his hands yet again. So the Indians now forcing a 4th down and 13.
Naturally, they're going for it.
Yep.
It's late in the ball game. They're down 3 touchdowns, 11 minutes left in the ball game. They've got to go for it here. 4th and goal from their own 13.
So Coahoma looks like a little bit of confusion after they come out of the sideline, but still plenty of time on the play clock. It's now down to 10 seconds. Clock is stopped at 11:04. 4th down and goal. As Jim mentioned, the ball is at the 13-yard line. 4 receivers on the far side of the ball. Corley by himself here at the bottom of your screen. That's where they want to go. Jump ball to Corley in the back of the end zone, and he hauls it in for a touchdown. Well, you keep going to him, and eventually he's going to haul that one in, and a touchdown reeled in that time by Corley. Makes it a 35-20 contest, waiting the possible 2-point conversion. As we said, they haven't shown much of a kicking game tonight.
We have not seen a place kicker tonight. I think they're going for 2, Adam.
So that must be the case. They must not have a kicker here at Coahoma, so they are going to line up and try to go for 2. Well, they have tried to pass it once, and they were able to convert that. The run one time, thanks to pressure on the pass, forced the incomplete, or excuse me, this time just the throwback, and the tight end that time, he was wide open, just hit him in the wrong spot. The hands that time as it fell incomplete. So the 2-point conversion failed. An impressive drive by Coahoma, though, Jim, to answer back here. It's a 35-20 contest in favor of ICC. Let's take a timeout. Hear a few words from Sonic and be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal.
Steal? That's a heist. Put this on.
Disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this.
It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today. Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone, made from Oreo wafers, layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 35-20 is your score. ICC with the lead. 10:57 to go here in the 4th quarter. Jim, this one far from over in this contest. And in the MACJC, we see crazy things happen all the time. This kickoff angle towards the side is going to be taken by number 10. That's Austin Watkins. Watkins trying to find a way to get to the outside and does not. And he's going to be hit and dropped, I think, at about the 35-yard line. A little pushing and shoving going on there between an ICC player and a Coahoma player. And, Jim, that's the problem in the MACJC. It seems like the later in the night you go, tempers continue to flare. Don't want to see anything stupid like that cost your team.
No, we do not, Adam. And it's been a well-played ball game. A lot of competitiveness. Both teams have done well, keeping their tempers in control. We hope they continue. 10:50 left in the ball game. 35-20. Indians up. And got good field position at their own 35-yard line, Adam.
Jim would love to see a time-consuming drive here from ICC, but one thing you would even especially like to see is another touchdown put on the board. Handoff is going to be to the long running back in the backfield for ICC, knifing over on the far side. Then a late flag comes in, nearly hits Clark Mills, and we'll see what the call is here. Holding is going to be called on the Indians. So that was an extremely late flag called, as that was, I believe, Wadlington. Yes, it was Hiram Wadlington on the carry, so negate the carry that time and holding the call against the Indians. So ICC going the wrong way here, and so now the ball is going to be marched back to the 25. Tough break there, Jim. A good solid pickup of about 4, maybe 5 on the carry by Wadlington. Instead, now goes back to a first down and 20 situation here for the Indians. You can hear the Coahoma band in front of us getting fired up. So it's going to be first down and 10. Mills is your quarterback. Has a man wide open. There was some type of miscue there. And this is just going to be a jog to the end zone here for ICC. Touchdown Indians. 75-yard touchdown pass.
Was that to Cedric Bradford, number 19? Is that who I saw?
Yes, it was. Jim, I'm trying to watch the replay here to see what happened. Yeah, I'm going to say the guy that was guarding Bradford that time took up the running back. A great play call. Yeah, just switched him up that time, and Bradford literally jogged that one to the end zone for a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Great pass, great catch, wide open.
And so the Indians answer back in a big way there. Make it 41-20 now. The kick from Comer is on its way, and it's good too. So the Indians take a 42-20 advantage here after that 75-yard touchdown pass. Wow, what a play that time, Jim. And that one looked like a video game. Just drew that one up in an easy score for the Indians.
I tell you what, Bradford made a good catch. The pass was on the money, but he was so wide open, had to go down the sidelines, caught it over his shoulder, tiptoed into the end zone.
And so we'll keep it here as we'll have another First American National Bank kickoff coming up here for the Indians. Jim, we said we'd like to see a time-consuming drive from the Indians. Coach Cook on the other side said, Gore, watch this. And puts it in the end zone on a 75-yard touchdown toss from Clark Mills to number 19. That was Cedric Bradford. And Comer added the extra point. Comer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not right, is it? 7?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing something somewhere. But anyway, yeah, he's got 7.
No. He's got 6. You're right.
Okay.
7 times 6, 42, right?
There we go.
You're right, Adam. You're never wrong, man.
Math was not a strong point for Gore, especially after I run out of fingers and count on them. So we're getting set for another First American National Bank kickoff here. 10-14 to play in the fourth quarter. ICC leading it 42-20 over Coahoma. Comer, he's going to be tired at the end of the night as this kick is going to be taken at the 6-yard line by the Tigers, trying to get up the middle of the field and slips through. Got one man to beat and is going to be tackled and knocked down that time. I believe that was number 18, Cortez Davis. I tell you what, Cortez has been on a lot of special teams plays tonight for the Indians.
He has made some good tackles, Adam, and what a great touchdown we just had. Got the momentum back on our side. 10:05 left in the ball game. 42-20. Indians up on Coahoma. First and 10, Coahoma from their own 35-yard line. Only 10 minutes left to play in this ball game.
So as Jim mentioned, ICC up 42-20, 10 minutes to play here. First down and 10. The ball is at the 35 for Coahoma. Coahoma now going to have to start thinking about throwing it, not only throw it around the yard, but throw it down the field as well. See if they can answer back with a quick touchdown of their own. A little stop and go, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Nicely defended that time by the Indians. Minimum pickup of maybe 5 on the play, as that was number 36 for ICC, Jamal Shumpert on the tackle. Jim, we've called Jamal's name a lot of times tonight.
Done a good job. He's a true freshman from Itawamba AJS Fulton High School, and we're proud of him. Adam, give him a 5-yard gain, and the clock keep running. We like it.
Absolutely. Jamal was actually an early enrollee at ICC, enrolled in December. Pressure coming, throw over the middle's got a man, and he's going to be hit. And the ball pops out. And that was a clean hit that time by B.J. Williams. It was a hard hit. The receiver is down on the field. Jim, that was a clean play that time. We'll see if we can run that one back far enough to catch it as the player is slow to get up. But let's look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. That's how you draw it up that time. Didn't lead with his head and just timed that out perfect. And that was just a hard collision. And hopefully that young man from Coahoma is okay, Jim, just judging by how he was hit that time. Probably one of those situations where he probably knocked the wind out of him after that play.
No doubt. And you saw the safety coming up. Like you said, it's a clean football hit. Wasn't helmet to helmet. It's just a good hit to jar the ball, and unfortunately the young man got hurt.
Let's take a look at it one more time here on the Little Caesars instant replay. And it was a clean hit there, nicely done by B.J. Williams. Let's take it in here from Little Caesars, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here. 9:32 to play in the contest. ICC leads it 42-20.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say. It's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza. Then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, Jim. We're showing it right there for everybody back home. Good to see, I believe that's number 19, Stephen Harmon, out of Kosciuszko, able to walk off the field on his own power. As we talked about, probably one of those situations, one of those type hits a lot of times just kind of knocks the wind out of you. So good to see that young man walk off on his own power.
No doubt about it, Adam. Glad to see he's up.
42-20 is your score. 9:32 to play here. 3rd down and 5. And the pass is going to be incomplete thanks to the pressure of the Indians. And I tell you what, Jim, the Indians have dialed up a whole lot more pressure here in the second half, and it has caused some problems for this Coahoma squad.
Adam, they're down 3 touchdowns, 9:26 left in the ball game. The ball's on their own 40, but hey, they're going to go for it on 4th and 5.
Yeah, I'll be really surprised if they. Yeah, but the quarterback has pooch punt one tonight, and now the referee's putting the ball in play here. The play clock is down to 15 seconds. 9:26 is the game clock, stopped after that last incompletion. So 4th and 5. Can the Indians find a way to hold here yet again defensively? Coahoma trying to keep this drive alive here. Pressure coming. Now they're going to go down the sideline. Jump ball, and it's caught. Yes, it is. As that was going to be number 3, Cordley. I thought he dropped the ball.
I did too, but if he dropped it,
yeah,
they didn't see him drop it. But
yeah,
he's a big-time player.
Yeah, Corley looked like he also landed on the ball and knocked the breath out of him. That's the reason why I thought he dropped it, because when he came up, he was still not really secured the football. It was still bobbling around, so a break, if you will, there for Coahoma. So that moves the chains here. 1st down and 10. This 1st down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Clock rolling, coming up on 9 minutes to play now here in the 4th quarter. ICC leading 42-20 over Coahoma. Pressure coming. Norfleet gets away from it. Now he wants to run. Gets a good block, is up the middle of the field, and is going to slide down inside the 20. I tell you what, Jim, been very, very impressed with the decision-making of Norfleet tonight, the young sophomore quarterback out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Good-looking athlete, smart kid, good-looking quarterback for Coahoma.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field here. ICC is going to take the timeout. 8:43 to play here. Let's take the timeout with them and hear a few words from our sponsors. We'll be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan. ICC leading 42-20.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online, davisfordsales.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back as the officials kind of put it back in play in a hurry there. Coahoma had some pressure from ICC, and the ball goes thrown out of bounds, barely crossing the line of scrimmage. If not, that would have been an intentional grounding call, but Coahoma dodges a bullet there, lives to see another day. 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 20-yard line.
Your score, ICC 42, Coahoma 20, 8:38 left in the ball game.
That time update being brought to you by the ICC Indian delegation, reminding you it's time to set up your appointment to tour ICC, and there's going to be an interception by the Indians. Oh, Jim, that was an interception by ICC, but if he doesn't get tangled up with his own player, that was going to be a 100-yard interception return.
Good job, our defense. Intercepted the ball in the end zone, bring it out to the 20. We stop them again, Adam. We bend but have not broken tonight. They get into the red zone. We make some plays defensively. 1st and 10 Indians. The ball's at our own 20. 8:29 left in the ball game. ICC 42, Coahoma 20.
Jim, I couldn't really tell. It looked like it might have been 24 or Taurus Moore on the interception. Once again, at a far distance away. But that's the first turnover of the night, not counting turnovers on downs, of course. But the first turnover of the night is an interception, and the ball was in the end zone when they got it. And so now ICC will get it back outside at the 20.
New quarterback.
Yes. Spencer Unruh coming into the game. He hands it off to Hiram Wadlington, who marches the ball out near the 30-yard line, and it's going to go for a gain of 10 for Wadlington.
Adam will look for us to run the football this series, run some clock. We got control of the ball game at this minute, 42-20, 8:15 left in the ball game.
It will see if ICC elects to keep it on the ground and see if they can run as much time as they can off this clock, and see if Coahoma might elect to start taking some timeouts here to see if they can get some stoppage, or at least on third downs. Unruh, your quarterback. He's going to throw. Slant route is there to Austin Watkins, and I think Watkins was thinking about the young man closing in on him there and just could not haul that one in. Good pass off the hands of Unruh on the second play of him in the game.
No doubt about it. Had a little slant pattern, just incomplete. It happens. Second down, 2nd and 10, 7:51 left in the ball game. ICC 42, Coahoma 20.
So the Indians with two receivers on the far side of the field. Looks like they do have a tight end in the contest here. Also a receiver here at the bottom of your screen. Wadlington is still your running back in the contest here for the Indians. Unruh, your quarterback. 2nd down and 10. The give is going to be to Wadlington. Tries to bounce to the outside, breaks off a tackle, lowers his head, and gets the ball. Oh, that could be a late hit targeting. But they did not call it as number 58 came diving in late, leading with the head that time towards Wadlington. But a minimum pickup of 4.
Good job, Hiram, running the football. We're keeping it on the ground. 3rd and 6 Indians, clock running, 7.5 minutes left in the ball game. Indians up 42-20.
Possession down here for the Indians. Two receivers on the far side of the field, a tight end here near side, and a receiver at the bottom of your screen as well. Unruh, your quarterback. Wadlington is still your running back. Now he's in motion towards the top of your screen. Unruh looking to throw. Goes out wide, and it's going to be too tall that time. Boy, a good play call that time by the Indians. Wadlington, though, just could not climb the ladder and get that one. If he puts that one on the money, that's going to be a lot of room to run that time for Hiram Wadlington.
No doubt we would have gotten the first down, but hey, it goes incomplete. Let's punt the football. Took some time off the clock, Adam, down to 7:07 left in the ball game. We're up 42-20. We're punting.
Jim, is this the second time we've seen the punter tonight for ICC?
I believe that's correct.
So not a whole lot of punts tonight in this contest. Last time that we had an Indian punt was when we were deep in our own
1 yard line.
Our own 1 yard line. So this will be Hayden Franklin to step into this kick here. This punt being brought to you by the ICC BSU. Nice kick is going to be taken at the 28-yard line. Going to use a little bit of his speed to try to get to the outside. And it's going to be across the 40. Gets a block, and now it's going to be, there was a late hit. Well after the play, and that's what caused sometimes these games to get a little bit out of control, as when the officials don't keep those things in check. The young man from Coahoma was 5 yards out of bounds after the hit was applied to an Indian that was kind of just walking towards the sideline. We speak of the ICC BSU. We do want to give a shout out to Brother Chris Burrows. Usually travels with us. His wife not feeling that well, so he had to stay back home to take care of his wife.
We miss you, Chris. I hope your wife is fine, and we do miss you, sir.
Absolutely. Remind you that the ICC BSU, they meet Monday nights at 7:07. Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is you bring $2 and a friend. Don't forget that $2 for your friend as well. You can follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. Once again, if you need me to spell that for you, that's ICC BSU.
Thank you. I need help.
Loss of 1 on the carry that time brings up a 2nd down and 11 situation here for the Tigers. The clock continuing to run here. ICC leading this contest 42-20 with 6:38 and counting here in the fourth quarter. So, Jim, we don't want to start we'll wait a little bit before we kind of start looking ahead to next week, even though this game pretty much, for the most part, is wrapped up in red and blue, but I don't want to jinx anybody. You're right, Bronson. Bronson telling me to hush. Norfleet looking to throw over the middle. Too tall that time. And Norfleet just getting a little bit of pressure, and looks like he might have taken a hit on that pass as he's going to be asked to come out of the game. As Norfleet coming to the sideline, I didn't see anybody putting pressure on him that time, but he just kind of tapped the top of his helmet, and they're going to send in number 84 here for Coahoma. This is Greer. And they're going to move him to wide receiver, and the quarterback now is going to be the name of the year, Legend Moore. He is out of Liberty City, Florida, so I don't know if he was somewhere else beforehand. Handoff in the backfield. This is going to be a foot race here across the 35 to the 30, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds before he gets to the 30-yard line. Big-time run that time, Jim, by Franklin, the young man out of Hattiesburg. He's been impressive this evening.
Fabian Franklin's good-looking running back. You mentioned Adam out of Hattiesburg. They got a first down. 1st and 10, Coahoma at ICC's 33-yard line. Clock running, 6 minutes left in the ball game. ICC 42, Coahoma 20.
Moore staying your quarterback as it looks like Norfleet taking a knee on the sideline here. Trying to get a quick drink of water. Pressure coming. Surrounded. Now he's in trouble, and the Indians get him, and he's going to hit him for a big-time loss there. Big-time sonic sack by the Indians.
Let's see where they marked this ball, Adam. I mean, this is a loss.
Well,
they give
him
him
the
40-yard line. Still lost 6 yards. 2nd down, 2nd and 16 for the Tigers.
So the Indians have done a good job of spending a lot of time in the Tigers' backfield here in the second half as Norfleet will come back in at quarterback. As much as Norfleet has been on the field this evening, he probably was just like, hey, Coach, I just need to catch my breath. And so clock coming up here on 5 minutes to play. 42-20. ICC with the lead here over the Tigers of Coahoma. Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way at the conclusion of the night as the pass out to Corley is complete, and he is going to be out of bounds. And they're going to say keep the clock rolling here. And Corley still looking pretty impressive, the reverse transfer from Michigan State.
Good throw and catch. Mark the ball at the 31-yard line. Adam, 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
And so Norfleet, I think he actually thought that was a first down, so he was kind of lagging back on the opposite 45 and having to hurry up a little bit to get to the line of scrimmage. Still plenty of time on the play clock, 17 seconds to go here. 3rd down and 8. Handoff is going to be the running back in the backfield. The Indians snuff it out that time, and he's going to be hit and dropped right around the line of scrimmage. Good job that time by ICC.
Adam, there's no doubt they're going for it. 4th down, 4th and 8 at our 31-yard line. Clock running, 4:10 left in the ball game. Your score, ICC 42, Coahoma 20.
Yeah, Dalton Combs bringing the pressure off the corner that time, was able to get in the backfield and stop it for no gain on the play. So 4th down and 8 here for the Tigers. 3 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 here at the bottom of your screen. That's Corley. And this is actually going to be a new quarterback in the game. He's going to keep and run. He's got a lot of room. He's going to get across the 20, and that's going to be good for a first down. That is Legend Moore coming out and making the play that time for the Tigers. And a big-time pickup there as he moves the ball down to the 19-yard line. So a big gain there for the Tigers. Moves the chains, fresh set of downs.
Good-looking athlete, Adam. Playing quarterback that series. Got the first down for the Tigers.
Moore stays in at quarterback, gets the snap, and he drops back again. And this time he's going to tuck and run one more time. Picks up a good block on the corner, stiff arms, then gets his way out of bounds. And Legend Moore pretty much, when he's back there, Jim, you can almost willing to bet that he's going to tuck and run.
There's no doubt about it. He's acting like he's going to pass, but both times he's taken off, running the football. I believe the Indians have called timeout here.
Yeah, timeout taken by the Indians. 42-20 is your score. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. Be back with more right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back out of the timeout. ICC leading this contest 42-20, but Coahoma knocking on the door here. 3:21 to play. Jim, I think that was more of a timeout from Coach Cannon to kind of wake his guys up and say, hey, listen, let's play this game all the way through the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it, Adam. If we mentioned we have done a good job when they get in the red zone, maybe we can stop them again.
Legend Moore staying in at your quarterback. As we said, typically when he gets it, he decides to run. This time it's going to be a handoff, and he's going to be stacked up in the backfield, as that was going to be Franklin one more time, able to stumble forward for a gain of 2 on the play by Franklin. Brings up second down and goal to go here. I believe the ball is going to be spotted at the 8-yard line.
What I like, Adam, the clock is running. We're down to 3 minutes left in this ball game. Indians 42, Coahoma 20.
So Coahoma taking a whole lot of time here as Moore looks to the sideline to get to play. 2 receivers on the far side of your screen, 1 here at the bottom, and that's Corley. And now this is going to be Moore looking to run in this situation, and he's going to be hit and drug out of bounds, and a nice play that time by the Indians. I believe that was number 24. Yes, it was for ICC. That was a Taurus Moore on the tackle.
Good job by Taurus Moore. Forced him out of bounds. 3rd and goal.
And the referee never signaled for the clock to stop. The clock stopped, and he blew the whistle twice, and now it's finally running again. Inside 2.5 to play.
I'm surprised Norfleet is not in because they've got to throw the football here in a minute, you would think, Adam.
Yeah, and I'm looking to the sideline. I don't see him anywhere on the sidelines to know if he might be shaken up. Either way it goes now, Moore, he's wanting to throw it, lobs it to the corner of the end zone, jump ball, and how is that not offensive pass interference? Corley grabbed the defender and threw him to the ground and hauled that one in. Jim, I think if this was anything other than a 42-20 game, that's easily offensive pass interference.
Right, I believe he took advantage for our defensive back, but the referee did not call offensive interference. Touchdown, Tigers, 42-26, 2:11 left in the ball game. No doubt they're going for 2.
Yeah, so just a gift there late in the contest for the Tigers. Unfortunately, though, that is going to change the final outlook of the game, as they will line up to go to 2 here. Legend Moore is your quarterback. Franklin is your running back. And Moore is going to try to tuck it in, and he's going to run it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And a big-time conversion there. Makes it 42-28 with 2:11 to play here. We'll keep it here. Jim, is just one of those where Coahoma refusing to go quietly into the dike here in the Delta, and they got a break there after Corley shoved down the defensive player.
Right.
As we said, if it was a different contest other than 42-28, a flag would have came out on that play.
Right, Adam, but they did have to use a lot of clock. We're up 42-28. Coahoma has to kick to us on 2:11 left in the ball game. I guess you look for an onside kick maybe here.
I would think so. If even in the situation, if the 2:11, it would take a, I hate to use the word miracle, but it would take a highly unlikely comeback to be able to come back in this game with down 42-28 with 2:11 left to play. But you never know. If you're Coahoma, you go ahead and try that now, because it may be where this is a 6-point ball game later on this season where you can get an in-game practice on an onside attempt here. So the Coahoma band getting fired up here in front of us. 2:11 left to play. ICC leading 42-28 here in Clarksdale. So we'll see if the Tigers elect to attempt the onside kick here, and it looks like Coahoma is going to burn a timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. We'll be back with more right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com and ESPN 95.1 The Fan.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
In anticipation of the big game, Little Caesars invites you to pick up large, hot and ready pizzas for just $5 each. Score big by adding a crazy combo, Italian cheese bread, or hot and ready Caesar wings. This football season, make Little Caesars your big game party headquarters. Pizza.
And welcome back to action. Bronson Payne getting a geography lesson on where we're located at in the state here in the Delta, a very historic part of the state, as Bronson doing a great job running the camera for us tonight. Mr. Jim Ingram on color commentary, Raphael Henry, Lee Adams, and Dylan Helms. So hopefully Dylan has not got hit tonight again on the sidelines. And I'm Adam Gore here as we're getting set, and they are going to try the onside kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. I think they're going to say ICC touched it before it went out of bounds, as a few extra hits being put on after the ball was blown dead that time. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. The main thing I'm saying that on for the referees is you've got to keep that in check. 2:11 left in the contest here. You don't want to let anything get out of hand.
I agree, Adam. It's been a clean game. Good sportsmanship. Let's finish that way with 2:11 left in the ball game. ICC has the ball at their own 48-yard line. I will be shocked if we throw a pass. We should run the football, try to end the ball game.
That's what the Indians are going to do. Quade Tucker is going to come out in that wild Apache set here for ICC. Two receivers on the far side of the field. Trey Towns is your tight end. And Tucker is going to take it and just simply run this one forward. Spins off, and this is going to turn into a foot race here. Can Tucker take it to the house? Coahoma watches Tucker take it in from 48 yards out. Each time we talk about running the clock, taking some time, ICC says, no. We're going to score in one play. Quade Tucker with a 48-yard touchdown run.
Give him credit. He's listed as a defensive back. This is the first game he's played any quarterback. He's looked good running the football.
And that one puts in the end zone. You're right, Jim, and I think we're going to see a whole lot more of this in the future here. This is the first time we've seen him, as you said, in that wild Apache set, as Caleb Comer on to attempt the kick here. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So ICC adds 7 more points on the board, 49-28 with 1:58 to play here. And this one, and Jim, Coahoma was coming in expecting the run. Quade Tucker did a great job of weaving his way through some traffic, spun off a would-be tackler, and Quade just found another gear, looking like a young Jim Ingram sprinting that one into the end zone.
I believe he has a little bit more speed than Jim Ingram has ever has, but I like the way he broke the line of scrimmage. Nobody was there, no safeties. And so he broke the line of scrimmage, outran everybody, took advantage of what we had. Great job by the Indians.
Absolutely. Looking at the replay there, a beautiful spin move, hit that circle button, whoop, and he's gone. And so now it'll be another First American National Bank kickoff coming up here. Tommy Chamley and company has loved this score tonight because there have been a lot of First American National Bank kickoffs.
Let's see. There's been 11 touchdowns tonight, Adam.
Yep. So Tommy Chamley and company with locations from Iuka to Tupelo. They remind you to follow the flag and find your nearest First American National Bank location. First American National Bank, a proud member of the community, supported the community, and supporting ICC Athletics here on ESPN 95.1 The Fan. So getting set for that First American National Bank kickoff one more time off the foot of Caleb Comer. And as we talked about, Caleb, he's been busy tonight. Comer puts a foot into this one. Kick is going to be angled towards the side. It's going to hit. And Jim, it's going to go out of bounds. And I'm going to tell you this, it's probably because of a tired leg.
There's no doubt about it. Let's see, Adam. He's kicked off 8 times.
Yep.
And he's kicked 7 extra points.
Yep. So
15 times.
It's going to be one of those that when he gets set down, he's going to be happy. Bronson Payne said, no excuses. I like that from Bronson. He needs that intensity the whole way through. Well, we are having a little bit of fun up here in the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth. And as soon as we say he's going to get to the sidelines and sit down, they're going to make him kick it again.
They don't want to take the ball at the 35.
So they're going to try to roll the dice. They did this earlier, and it come back and kind of bit them a little bit, Jim, where they took the kick instead of the penalty yardage. Instead of having the ball at the 35 earlier, they actually had it back inside the 20. So we'll see if Caleb Comer can kind of take a deep breath here and see if he can find it one more time and boot this one down the field. 1:58 remaining in this one as we will take you into the Renaissance Bank post-game report. We do appreciate everyone sticking around here late this evening on a Thursday night. We're going to try to find you some more Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates here in a moment throughout the league, as some of these games should be going final throughout the league, and some of them are, so we'll be talking about those shortly. So Comer for this First American National Bank kickoff, and it's going to be taken at the 12, and it's fumbled. is able to pick it up now and is going to cut it up the middle of the field and now has a seam down the sideline and is going to be tiptoeing the sidelines and pushed out of bounds by Caleb Comer.
Good job by Caleb.
So Comer will get his name in the stat book for the tackle as well. Jim, you see that so many times when the ball is fumbled, that kicking team pursuit typically over-pursues the ball.
Right.
And then that time they were able to get a big-time return there out to the 36-yard line. Let's take a look at some Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates. Final, Northwest rallies to defeat Coahoma, Colin 23-14. Jones in a classic battle with Gulf Coast. Jones wins 16-13. Hines defeats Southwest 41-14. East Mississippi 54-13 winners over Delta. And Holmes knocks off Northeast 28-13. And a big-time hit put on that time by the Indians. Let's take a look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay.
I believe that's Gia Langford, the freshman from Montgomery, made the tackle on the quarterback.
Nice job by Langford on a little bit of a delay coming in that time. Your other final is East Central. Oh, they win a nail-biter over Pearl River 24-21. So guess what? The only game in business right now in the league is ICC in Coahoma.
Clock is running, Adam. 49-28. Indians up here late in the fourth quarter. A minute 10 left in the ball game.
Norfleet going to set up the screen pass, and it was set up nicely. Tigers, a whole lot of running room here. Going to get up the middle of the field. Tattooed and knocked down around the 20. Good play call by the offensive coordinator for the Tigers. That's Moses Harper on the screen play, and it's set up nicely.
First and 10 Tigers. Ball is at the 18 of the Indians. Clock running, 55 seconds left in this ball game. Indians up 49-28 over Coahoma.
So Coahoma not going quietly into the night here. And Delta tipped, and it's intercepted. Great play that time by the Indians. Let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. And that was just a beautiful defensive effort that time. Was that Tyrese Quinn that went up and got it?
Tyrese Quinn intercepted the ball, and Tyrese is from
Calhoun City.
Good job, Tyrese.
Another pride of Calhoun County as Quinn come up and made the play on Corley, the Michigan State wide receiver. Came up, tipped it to himself. And I tell you what, Corley, if Corley doesn't make that tackle, Tyrese is taking that one to the house. So now ICC will get it with 43 seconds to play. I think it's going to be one of these situations now, Jim, where your ICC, you take it and run it, maybe, or even take a knee. Unruh's going to come in here.
Just take a knee.
Yeah, I say take a knee in this situation, and if Coahoma hopefully does not take a timeout. So we'll see what they do. And
they're going to
hand it off, and it's going to be a slip up the middle, stiff arm out to the 15-yard line, and that is going to be a run by Dinkins, and that should do it. With 33 seconds, the Indians will not have to snap the ball as Dinkins gets that one out of the shadow of our own end zone. A gain, I want to say, of roughly 13 on the play that time, and that should do it with 24 seconds. ICC doesn't have to snap the football. And Jim, wrap this one up in red and blue. ICC finds a way to come away with the 49-28 victory here in Clarksdale. So now the referees are going to say, clear the field, ball game, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. ICC wins it 49-28 here over Coahoma. Jim, your initial thoughts before we move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report.
So proud of our Indians coming back, being down 14-7 early in the second period. We took control and had some big plays here in the second half, Adam. Good job our defense, and our offense really woke up, put 49 points on the board. Good, solid win in the division on the road.
49-28, your final score here from Clarksdale. We're going to take a break and move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC winners tonight, 49-28 over Coahoma. Back with more right after this.
$2.99 for a car hop classic. What a steal.
Steal. That's a heist. Put this on.
Oh, disguise.
I don't think I can eat in this.
It's all part of the plan, my friend.
Get a quarter-pound double cheeseburger or a Slinger Plus Tots for $2.99. Try it today. Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers, layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank post-game report. I tell you what, there's a very fired-up Sean Cannon talking to the Indians there in the huddle after this win tonight, 49-28. As we move into the Renaissance Bank post-game report, let's take a look at some of these first-half highlights being brought to you by Little Caesars, or actually all the highlights from tonight. So we'll go all the way back to the first touchdown of the night on a 5-yard run by Clark Mills. And, Jim, let's just talk amongst ourselves right now. Good win for the Indians, a win the Indians needed to get and a win they fought to earn.
We needed it, Adam, and we talked about, we lost the last 2 games on the road, division game, hostile territory. We came out, took a 7-0 lead, then we got behind 14-7, and we found a way to claw ourselves back and took a 7-point lead at halftime, and we took control in the second half. Offensively and defensively, we took care of business. Should give both units, offense, defense, and special teams, confidence going into the latter part of the season. A great win for the Indians tonight on the road.
Absolutely. As we're taking a look at some of those highlights from tonight's 49-28 win, Coach Sean Cannon will be making his way up here to the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth as the Indians do pick up the win tonight, 49-28, to move to 2-2 on the year, 1-1 in North Division play. And Jim, I like the fight that we saw the Indians tonight. There was some adversity on the field tonight, but they did, once again, kind of struggle to start the game, but found a way to finish strong.
They did. They finished strong, and we took control in the third and fourth quarter and just didn't take the foot off the pedal. Offensively and defensively, we played well, and hopefully we can build off this. We go home next week, play a pretty good Northeast football team. We need to be ready, but let's celebrate this one tonight, then get ready the rest of the week for Northeast coming to our house.
Absolutely. That game will be coming your way at 6:30 with the First American National Bank kickoff. So that means a 6 o'clock Davis Ford pregame show there in Fulton. It's also going to have the community tailgate where you can enter your tailgate competition at ICC. It's going to be at the Davis Event Center lawn. You can find out more information by visiting letsgoicc.com there on the ICC Spotlight. Let's take a look at some Sonic scoring on the night. There's a lot of it. It started at the 14:01 mark of the first quarter. It was a 5-yard run by Clark Mills. Comer added the kick, 7-0 ICC. Then it was a 16-yard pass on 4th down. The 2-point conversion failed, 7-6 after that touchdown by Coahoma. That ended the first quarter. And at the 14:02 mark of the second quarter, it was a 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was good, and Coahoma took a 14-7 lead. Then it was a 3-yard run by Deshaun Dinkins. Gave ICC the 14-14 tie after Comer added the kick. And then it was a 60-yard touchdown pass to round out the scoring in the first half. That touchdown pass from Mills to Thomas. Comer added the kick, and ICC took a 21-14 lead into halftime. Then it was a 48-yard touchdown run by Hiram Wadlington, 28-14 after the successful kick from Comer. That was 7:31 to go in the third quarter. And, Jim, I really thought the difference maker was that the touchdown as time expired on a 2-yard run by Dinkins to make it 35-14 for the Indians in the third quarter. Kind of set the tone for ICC there in the third. Then in the fourth quarter, it was a 13-yard pass by the Tigers, and the 2-point conversion failed. Then with 10:14 left in the fourth quarter, Bradford caught a beautiful 75-yard touchdown pass from Clark Mills. Comer added the kick. It was 42-20 ICC. Then with 2:11 to go in the fourth quarter, it was an 8-yard pass, 2-point conversion was good, made it 42-28. And then ICC kind of dotted the I's and crossed the T's on a 48-yard touchdown run by Quay Tucker. The Comer kick was good, 49-28. With 158, and that rounds out your scoring in the contest, being brought to you by Sonic. As we continue to look at some of those highlights, now we're going to talk with head coach Sean Kennon about tonight's game. And, Coach, hard-fought battle every time you come to the Delta, but the Indians find a way to win it 49-28.
Yeah, that was one thing we talked about all week to the kids about. The environment over here is always tough to play, and in Coahoma, give those guys credit. I mean, they fight to the clock says 0-0, and but we was able to come out in the second half and make some big plays offensively, get some stops on defense, and able to come out and get a good win on the road, and but perfect by no means. But I told the kids just then, I said that's something we've got to build off of. Just if one or two little things is hurting us right now, and we get those things eliminated, we can be a really good football team.
Coach, you had an interesting wrinkle to your offense tonight. I ended up calling it the Wild Apache. Quay Tucker coming in and running in that Wildcat, old school Wildcat's what people called it. He turned it into a 48-yard touchdown run to cap off the night. But talk about adding that wrinkle to the offense.
Yeah, just felt like we need to move some people around a little bit and give us some spark, and that's kind of what he did a lot in high school. And I said all week, I said, boys, if he ever gets a crease, he's gone. Just watching him how he did it in practice, and it was good to set that up. And him being able to get him a touchdown there, and he shot out like a rocket ship. And I was proud of him, and the kids were excited and everything. And that was the thing I challenged them at halftime. I said, guys, let's go have fun. I said, we're up for the first time all year at half, and I said, it's like we're down. I said, let's go out there and have fun. And that's one thing I challenged them to do. And we did come out, got some good turnovers, got some good stops, and but we still got to stop beating ourselves with penalties. We had 52 of them tonight. And it was, some of them were aggressive, some I don't know about, some were not called for us. But at the end of the day, a win's a win, and we'll get ready to move on to next week, and hopefully have a good week of practice coming up, and knowing we got Northeast coming to our place.
Well, Coach, that's one thing you for sure want to do on the ride home is enjoy this 49-28 win over Coahoma. But now a big-time change of focus. The Rivals coming to town next week against Northeast. Always a big-time ball game in that one. Just talk about enjoying it over the weekend and getting ready for the Tigers on Sunday.
Yep, that's what I told Dr. Allen. I said, it sure makes the weekend better. It makes Friday, going to work Friday better when you win, and, helps your weekend, and you get focused on your next opponent, moving into coming back on Sunday and getting started working on those guys. And, we know been here 9 years. I know what kind of game Northeast brings, but it's our next game on the schedule, and it really is not about who we're playing. It's more about, getting ourselves better, and that's one thing we've got to continue to do in practice. And, and that's our challenge as coaches is get these kids better and be ready to go in front of a great home crowd next week, hopefully, and we can keep continuing to have some success from what we had tonight.
Coach, speaking of good crowds, a good crowd traveled out to Clarksdale today. Give you a chance to kind of give a shout-out to those that came out and support the Indians.
Yeah, first of the game, we look up, we might have 5 or 10 people there. Look, and I come back up, I kind of blocked the crowd out during the game, look back up there, and it was packed, and it's always good, especially you look out there on the field right now, those moms and dads and friends and, former teammates coming to see some of these kids, and it means so much to them, and that's one thing that I always kind of told myself after a game that I was going to, let the kids be able to see their families and stuff, and that's always good for those guys to, be out there on the field and get to see them. And I know, they're without them a lot of times during the week and stuff, and it's always for these guys to be able to do that. And our people hopefully still watching at home or to watch the game at home, hopefully, that we, in your eyes, we made some improvement this week, and we'll continue to do that week to week, hopefully, and our kids will work.
Absolutely. Well, that's thoughts from Sean Kennon after tonight's 49-28 win over Coahoma. Coach, appreciate you taking time, as always, to come up and talk to us
all right after
the night. And then, hey, let's go beat some Tigers next week.
That's right.
And that was Coach Sean Cannons. We'll be back with more of the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this on ESPN 95.1 The Fan and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back one final time here from the ICC Foundation and Alumni Association broadcast booth. ICC 49-28 winners over Coahoma to improve to 2-2 overall, 1-1 in the North. And you kind of heard it in Coach Sean Cannon's voice. He felt good about the Indians' performance tonight. He referenced it, said, was it perfect? No. But there was a lot of improvements from last week to this week. So, Jim, you look from the East Central, East Mississippi to Coahoma game, the Indians doing what you'd like to see. You'd like to see them progressively get better from week to week.
What you said is very important, improvement, and that's what he was looking for. And, of course, he said he wants to enjoy tonight. He wants the kids to be happy. We went on the road. It's a division game, a big game. We're back 1-1 now in the division. We won 49-28. Enjoy this time, then let's get ready for Northeast next week.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a big game as always. No matter the records in those situations, but Northeast coming to town on a big night. We're going to honor the MACJC champion softball team that evening. We'll have the Battle of the Bands. So if you're listening on ESPN 95.1 The Fan or even still watching here on Let's Go ICC TV, we do encourage you to kind of make some plans to come out to watch that ball game because that's rivalry football at its best.
No doubt about it. Northeast will bring a great bunch of fans. As you mentioned, the bands will battle each other. The football teams will battle each other. It'll be good, clean fun, but, of course, we want to win the football game. It'll be a great atmosphere next Thursday night in Fulton.
Absolutely. Your final score here from Clarksdale, ICC picks up a 49-28 win over Coahoma. So for Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, Dylan Helms, Bronson Payne, Jim Ingram, I'm Adam Gore. Have a blessed evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.